YouTube, what is up, it's your boy JB Cuts, aka Jose. YouTube, what is up, it's your boy JB Cuts, and I'm back. YouTube, what is up, it's your boy JB Cuts, aka
A lot of people think that being a barber can't bring you real success. I've been cutting hair for over 8 years, and I was able to generate over $500,000 off barbering alone, getting my dream car, building my dream barbershop, in the works of building my dream home for my family, and retiring my mom. I've also been able to help over 1,000 barbers scale their business and make up to $10, $20, even $30,000 every single month. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down exactly every single phase, every step that made me and my students become six-figure barbers. Phase 1, we got content. Phase 2, cutting hair. Not just cutting hair, but faster and better. Phase 3, raising your prices to become that premium barber, charging premium prices. Phase 4, building beyond the chair so you don't gotta be stuck behind the chair and that's the only way you can make money. And phase 5, very important, mindset. This is all the sauce I wish I had when I first started. And if I had this, I would have got to where I am right now in literally in a third of a time or less. Straight up. And just for you guys, I added chapters in this video so you can see exactly where each section is. So feel free to skip around, check out all the different phases, go to the ones that you think might fit you best at first. But I'm telling you, watch the whole thing. If you have to, pause it, play it back, watch the video twice, 3 times. I'm telling you, it's gonna be game. This will be the most comprehensive barber training that has ever been released on YouTube for barbers. And there has never been a video filled with all this information I'm about to tell you right now, available completely free to the public like this one. All right, so look, I'm gonna need y'all to get ready. All right, turn the fuck up, because this shit's about to be crazy. So make sure, sit down, get your popcorn, get your drinks, whatever you need, and lock the fuck in. So make sure to take your notes, because there will be a link in the bio where you can actually upload a picture of the notes you took. And if they're gas, I will be sending you the first ever barber operating system that helps you manage your entire business all in one place, like the best tool. All right, the tool that's gonna be able to track all your numbers, which content is actually converting, tell you what to do, what's best for your business, and what you actually need to do in order for your business to make it to the next level and scale to the fucking moon. So now, before we start, you guys have to know, this isn't just another free course posted on YouTube. This is my entire life's work. All my mistakes, my wins, the best lessons collected, all my losses into one video. So by the time that you finish watching this, you will have everything that you need in order to make over 10K a month as a barber. All right, this is the best free game, I'm telling y'all. So boys, turn the fuck up, get ready, because it's gonna be the next Michael Jackson movie. This is the best barber training ever made. I'm gonna be jotting down everything to the point from where I started to where I am now, how I'm able to make over 50K a month. And if y'all actually lock in, you pay attention, you take notes, apply this into your life, straight up, no bullshit, you will be able to succeed. So turn the fuck up, pay attention, take your notes, let's get right into it. All right, boys, let's get started with this video. Look, before I get into all the game and give you this crazy ass sauce, I want to first break down a little bit, or all of it, of my story. You know, how I really started, why I started, how I got to the point to where I am. So, story of my life. A lot of barbers nowadays, they start cutting hair because they see other barbers winning, they see other barbers getting money. And me, I started cutting hair before cutting hair was even a trend. You know, as you know, COVID hit. COVID, all the shops shut down. There was no barbers in the city. And the barbers who would cut behind their house, in their backyard, in the garage, those barbers, or some, the ones that marketed well, business was booming. You know, and I was one of those. When that happened, and after that, barbering was just everything, you know, like it just grew so much, it got so popular, everybody want to cut hair now. But I started not because of the money, not because everybody else was doing it. I started before a lot of people started, back in the 2018 days, and I started for this one reason. Like I said, it wasn't for the money, it wasn't because I wanted to follow somebody. I was just a 12-year-old little kid, and I was curious. One day I was in my backyard with my whole family, my uncle, my mom, my tia, everybody. We're cooking up a nice little ceviche. My cousin was there, my brother was there, and my uncle, you know, just like any Mexican uncle, my cousin, he needed a haircut. And he had like his maintenance clippers, you know, to just clean up his sides or his face. He got those clippers and he cut up my cousin. Now, my uncle's not a barber, but you know how these Mexicans get. They just want to pick up the clippers and cut up their son, cut up their uncle, their cousin, their nephew, whatever it is, just to give them a cut. I'm pretty sure y'all probably have a family member. Your mom used to cut you up, your dad used to cut you up. Me and my dad used to cut me up. I mean, I also hated getting fucked up by other barbers, by my dad. So I would say that's another reason why I started. But when I seen my uncle cut up my cousin, I was so curious to do it. I wanted to pick up those clippers and I wanted to do the same exact thing. So I told my uncle, yo, after you're done with my cousin, and keep in mind, he butchered my cousin. After he cut up my cousin, I told, yo, uncle, let me get those clippers and let me cut up my brother. So it's like, sounds good. After he finished that up, I got the clippers, I cut up my brother, and I absolutely butchered him as well. I'm talking about a number 1 guard. I tried to do a fade because I knew what a fade was, right? I was trying to be that CR7 type of guy. Give him a fresh fade with the line. I couldn't. That shit was actually hard. So I ended up giving him a nasty ass 1 guard fade all around and just left the top comb over. And I knew I chopped him. You know, obviously my little brother, he's not gonna be tripping. He was like 7 years old, no problem. But to myself, I knew I could do better. And I wanted to do better. It wasn't because I wanted to become a barber. It was just I wanted to get good at something that I wasn't. So that same day, that whole rest of the day, I'm talking about from after I finished the haircut, like around 3 p.m. all the way to 3 a.m. I went on YouTube and I searched up how to cut hair tutorials, how to do fades, how to do the CR7s, 360 G's videos, Chris Boston videos, all these OGs. I just started going crazy and I actually fell in love with it. I fell in love with, number 1, trying to be the best version of myself, the best barber. Number 2, the barber setup, the barber industry, the clippers. It actually just sparked my mind. You know how every kid has a dream, yo, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a firefighter. You know, for me it wasn't I want to be a barber, but it was like honestly like a God-given plan, and I was just chasing it. So the whole night I was just going crazy on videos, and this went on for months and months and months. I started watching more videos about barber setup tours, watching all these other youngins or older guys just showing their setups, showing their barbershops, showing how to cut hair. I literally watched all of 360 G's videos, like all of them. You go on my account, they're all watched. Just practice on practice, game on game. I didn't get tired of looking at videos. I went to school, they had iPads for us. On the iPads while the teacher was yapping, I was just watching videos. All these other kids were watching these Fortnite videos. I was watching how to cut hair better, how to do designs, transformations, hair compilations. Like I said, I fell in love with the game. And that is why I first picked up the clippers and went crazy with them, you know? So forward after that, my dad actually had a backup setup because my dad, like I told you, he used to cut my hair. So I used that setup to start getting better. You know, he actually had a guard. He actually had some comb, and I started cutting him up. I started cutting up my brother, cousins, and I started for free, obviously. You know, I didn't charge nobody. I went to school. I started up my IG. When everybody found out that I started cutting hair at school, little by little, because me, I've always been a good in-person marketer, you know what I'm saying? In 6th grade, I was selling fidget spinners. In 7th grade, I was selling candy and chips. I was that type of guy. I always had the hustle. And you know when someone's a hustler? Just by knowing them. You know, I was that kid. So when it's time to sell services and cutting hair, I knew I was gonna be the best. I just had to get the best at it. So little by little, I started getting better. I started getting better clippers. Started with my dad's. I started charging $5, $7, $10. I was using the money that I was making from that to fund into getting better clippers. I remember going to Target, I bought these $30 trimmers, the T liners. There's some Andis T liners. And I thought back in the day, because they had the T-blade, oh my God, these are the best clippers. Obviously they weren't, but I was so hyped to use them. I'm telling you, I actually was happy as hell to do this shit. I fell in love with the game. And that's what a lot of these barbers, they do it just for the money. When you do it for the money, or you do it just because everybody else is doing it, and if you don't do it because you really want to and you love the game, it's not gonna be the best, right? So that's first of all, always be in love with what you want to do. Like that shit was my passion. So I started going to school, I started promoting it, I started telling kids. They hated on me. Everybody started making fun of me. My teachers, I'd tell them, they're like, no, I would never let you cut my hair. Kids, no bro, you're not cutting my hair, bro. So I just kept pushing. I was all good. Cut on my little brother, cut on my dad, kept cutting the same people. And I started up my IG and I started my YouTube. one thing that I did really want to do before a barber was always be a YouTuber. I would always watch YouTube videos, popping people like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Roman Atwood, all the OG YouTubers. So one thing that I for sure wanted to do is be a YouTuber. So when I fell in love with the barbering, I said, let's put them together. 2 + 2 = 5, you know what I mean? So I started doing my barber lifestyle and me learning and me doing all these stuff with the YouTube. I started recording my life. Not because anybody told me or not because the content is gonna market you. Back then, the content wasn't really as popping as it is now. Now is the most important thing. So I really started cutting hair and the content before this shit was popping. And when I put both of them together, I instantly knew it was a great combo. Obviously, my first videos were trash. You could literally, right now, you could scroll back and watch all my videos. The beginning was trash. The other videos were getting better. So far, years later, I would take breaks, get back on it. But the main point is that I recorded my whole journey. From the day I started being that trash barber that didn't know shit to now becoming that 6-figure barber, soon to be that 7-figure barber, making more than $40,000 a month, all because I stood to one thing. I recorded my whole journey, and now people want to follow. Now I'm in 8th grade. I started cutting hair when I was in 7th and 12th. Now in 8th grade, people see that I'm posting. People see that I'm getting better. I remember my dad came with like 300 cash, like from some money that he made at his job. I took it, I posted it, like I flared it out on my station, and I put hard work pays off. I took a picture, like it was faking it like it was my money. The next day, 2 people came up to me and they're like, yo bro, like I want to get a haircut from you. I'm like, what? But yeah bro, I see that you've been putting in work. I see that you've been posting a lot. I see that you've been making money off of it. I trust you now. I'll let you cut my hair. Bam. Right there I knew I need to build trust. I need to show these people that I'm actually good at it, that I'm actually doing way better. Because at first, they're not gonna trust you. At first, they're gonna neglect you and be like, nah, fuck this guy, he's a youngin, he's the homie, I'm never gonna let this guy cut me up. Now, oh my gosh, he's actually doing hella haircuts, he's making money off this shit. Let me hop on the boat before it's too late. I don't blame him, you know what I'm saying? So then I started cutting hair more people. In 8th grade is when I started getting better, cutting a lot more, getting to the point where I knew how to do the lineups better, the haircuts crispier. I was doing like 1-hour slots. I was booking everybody in my notes. I was just posting pictures on Instagram, nothing too crazy. And then now is when everybody else started seeing the potential. Even the teachers. The teachers started seeing that I was putting in that grind. But I remember when I started going crazy on YouTube and I'm talking about like videos every single week back in middle school, bro, I would get nothing but hate. Just straight hate. Everybody would laugh at me. They play the videos on the little iPads I told you about in class. They were like probably 3 tables away from me, and they'd just be like, JV, and then they fucking show their iPad and just start laughing at me. I was like, I bet I'm gonna make some more. And I kept going. And that's one thing. Whenever people see that it's not going their way or people are hating on them, they fucking stop. And then that's exactly when you lose. That's actually when you're doing something right and you need to keep going. So what I do, I kept going. Fast forward to when we promote 8th grade, bro, I had like a 20, okay, maybe not 20, maybe like 16 people day, the day before graduation. Everything started getting better. I started stacking up my chips. The main reason too that I wanted to hustle so bad was because how I grew up. I didn't grow up with everything I wanted. My family was actually struggling. My dad had to go away for a couple of months and my mom had to take care of me, my brother, my sister. I remember after 7th grade, or during 7th grade, 8th grade, no, 7th grade, this was 7th grade. 7th grade, I used to have to go to daycare because my mom couldn't pick me up because she was working a night shift. I had to stay at daycare and I hated that shit. I remember I would literally cry at daycare. Not like cry, but like on some subtle shit. I would just watch the TV and I'm just like, I hate the way I'm living. Like I teared up because I knew everything what was going on. Dad wasn't around. My mom was grinding her ass off. My little brother over here, my sister over here. I'm over here just like, fuck, I could do better. I need better. I'm not those kids that just see parents struggling and them do shit about it. You gotta have that dog in you. That's number one. And that gave me a better spark to grind. And my parents are hustlers. They've always grinded. So honestly, I get the hustle from my parents. But you know, one thing is wanting it, and then one thing is just being a dog and hustling towards it because you have a reason why, right? You want to help out your mom. You want to help out your dad. You want to buy that car. You need to have bigger reasons than just yourself in order to actually overcome it and take fucking over. So 8th grade we graduate. Ours already doing good. Freshman, we move on to freshman. freshman year, I started playing football. I've always wanted to play football as well. I was really into the sports. So I went to summer camp for football, and this is where actually a lot turns, because I started making a lot more friends. I started, you know, having that football team with me, having all these new friends from different high schools, communicating. This is why in-person marketing is super good. So I built these connections. I start talking to new people, and these new people are like new leads. New people I could promote my barber business to. New people I could give a discount on a haircut and they come to me. So I did exactly that. And then I started cutting up basically the whole football team. I'm talking about like 20 people from the team. I started getting some connections from there. They would tell their brother, they would tell other people, going crazy, and the school actually starts, and now people actually know me. I was doing the YouTube already, so they kind of know my name. The teachers know me, students know me, the girls know me. So we got that type of motion already, you know what I'm saying? And that's actually what matters. That's why posting yourself and showing who you are, showing your journey is amazing, because if you don't post, they have nothing to look at. Then in the middle of freshman, this is where actually shit changed, because in the middle of freshman year, COVID hit. Principal call out in the middle of lunch, yo, we're gonna need to take a 2-week break because of the virus, this and that. I was like, let's go, 2-week break, let's go. Then we take that 2-week break. Yo, actually, we're gonna need to stay at home till further notice. So as y'all know, that shit was like a year and a half of school shut down. We didn't go to school at all, but this was actually a fucking lottery for me, because now that happened, every barbershop closed down. And think about it, those years before that, 7th, 8th, freshman year, I had built my resume, you know, I had built some loyal clients, and I've done that content. So now, when we did go in those rainy days, like quarantine, for any other barber that works in a shop or didn't promote himself, business fucking died. For me, that shit grew like a sunflower. All right, we started going crazier. Everybody started coming to me because they knew I was the only one open. As y'all know, I was cutting in the little storage container behind my crib. Everybody started coming to me. My friends would tell their uncle, everybody needed a haircut. So, yo, little Jimmy, do you know anybody that cuts hair? Oh yeah, JV. Everybody, JV. I'm telling you, I was going crazy. Quarantine, I absolutely killed the game. That's when I was charging like $25. And that's when I was doing like 50 people a week consistently, 200 a month. I remember in 2021, January, a little bit after COVID, it was still during COVID, but it's basically like the first half of COVID, and then the second half was 2021, because 2021 summer I was going back to school. So I got out of school freshman year, in the middle of freshman year, and I came back until junior year. So literally a year and a half out of school and out of everything. And that half of the year in COVID, I ran on my digits so that the year that I go back to school, I remember 2021 January, 10 racks. 2021 February, 10 rack month. 2021 March, 10 racks. 2021 April, 10 racks. I'm telling you, bro, I was able to stack up 100K cash. I'm talking about cash when I was just 16, because of the work that I put in my previous years, and especially just grinding COVID. All right, a lot of these kids, they're just fucking around playing Fortnite, doing nothing. I was grinding, just stacking my bread. And I was able to stack up that money just at 16 years old. So I went back to school junior year, and I'm like, yo, this is a walk in the park. Because I had the mindset where I was like, I don't even need school. I'm just gonna go to school to see what kind of bullshit they teach me. Because I was also already woke. Like, I was already a pretty smart kid as well. Like, you can't be dumb and run a business. You can't be dumb and you know, stack up 6 figures. So I already knew what this shit was about. Now I would just go to school to, number one, communicate with people, build more connections, get more clients. But then when I went to class, I would just be like, this shit ain't important to me. I don't gotta go to college. And obviously I wasn't trying to be cocky or nothing, but just because I knew what I have built was crazy at just 16 years old. Think about it, 16-year-old making 10K a month, doing over 200 cuts a month. It's going crazy. Junior year, I was charging now 35. And I would still get actually a lot of clients. And that's when I started treating it more like a business, because I knew I had to do more price raising. I knew I had to go crazier on content. I knew I had to build more personal brand. And this is when I started taking advantage, because we're back in school now. As you see, if you go back to my YouTube, I was doing a shit ton of videos in school. Day in the life of a 16-year-old barber, day in the life of a 17-year-old barber, day in the life of a high school barber, cutting hair in school, cutting my teacher in school. That's when I took advantage. And if it wasn't for those days, I wouldn't have my most viral video on YouTube right now, which is 1 million views on one long form video in school. And that's honestly what built most of my brand, most of my personal brand, because I was just going crazy, right? The money was there, the clients was there, the lifestyle was there. So what I do, I mean, first of all, everybody's life is a movie. You just do not have the cameras out. You need to literally take out the camera. Your life is a movie. You're watching this shit right now. Whether your life is boring or crazy, it's on you to make the video good. My life could be boring, and it was. But the way I talk, the way I move, the way I explain shit, the way I move around is gonna make it entertaining, funny, interesting. And that's what matters as well. You know, you cannot be a boring person. If your life is boring, you can't be boring. And you know, you can't teach no one how to hustle. Some men just got it. You can't teach no one to have some charisma or be cool. Some people just got it. But at the end of the day, you could always train more towards that level. But fast forward now to senior year, that's when I knew I need to lock the fuck in. I'm gonna get out of high school really soon. So what I'm gonna do, record every fucking day. And if it's not every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Friday or Saturday, I don't. But I'm gonna lock in all this content as much as I can. So when I do get out of high school, I had this whole catalog of videos and I don't regret. That's why if you're a youngin right now, if you're 15, 16, 17, you're in high school, this is the perfect time to make this investment, lock in, understand how the business really works, so you could build that same personal brand and have that literally unfair fucking advantage on top of everybody. All these other people nowadays, all these other barber coaches, they want to teach you the same thing. But not these barber coaches do not have the personal brand we have. These barber coaches didn't build a YouTube brand. You know, one thing is having a TikTok brand and an IG brand. And one thing is YouTube, and YouTube is gonna shit on that all the time. We got FaZe Row, we got Logan Paul, Jake Paul. Look where that YouTube shit got them now. The IG and TikTok is gonna die off soon if you don't do nothing different. So that's why to any youngin, and if you're not in high school no more, oh well, you can still make it happen. But for those youngins that are watching this right now, and even to the ones that are not, if you really want to take this shit to the next level and become that barber that has that unfair advantage and is able to make a killer brand, to start a hair product brand, clothing brand, and make money beyond the chair, and make money on YouTube, monetize your whole social medias, you need to start now on that shit. That's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I could say. It doesn't matter if I was, because I was broke as hell, my family was struggling, my life wasn't good, but I still picked up the fucking camera and I recorded everything. My haircuts were shit. My little brother would be crying while I cut his hair. I didn't have the best clippers, I didn't have the best cape, I didn't have the best setup, and I still fucking recorded everything, and now I have the best setup, now I have the best clippers, now my family is living great, now I have the car of my dreams, the shop of my dreams, making the fucking money that I didn't even know I could be making. All because I stuck to the fucking plan, made it happen, right? Senior year, we locked the fuck in, we posted all these bangers, and now we get out of high school. You know, I even had a girlfriend at the time, but I had to let her go because I needed to lock in. I knew, I mean, number one, we're gonna have more coming on later, right? A lot of y'all could be locked up too in your relationship and stuff, and that's cool. If it's good, it's good. But you also gotta understand when it's time to take this shit up a notch. Sometimes a girl will literally slow you down. I'm not gonna say every girl's gonna slow you down. The right one would be good, but sometimes you gotta understand they take time, they take energy, and I don't even want to go too crazy into that. But me personally, I had to get rid of that relationship, and as soon as I got out of that relationship, it sparked another fucking fire in me to go even harder. Started caring more about my body, started going more to the gym, started trying to get more money, promote more, charge more, do more YouTube videos. I literally remember, I hit on my cameraman, yo, let's lock the fuck in this year. All right, we're gonna film a shit ton of videos. That's when I invested into cameramen, invested into editors, invested into more people for my team to manage shit for me. And now we are in about 2024, 2025. 2025, we start going crazy. I'm out that relationship. I'm absolutely grinding every single day. I go up in price to $65. 2025 was literally grind season, but it was a walk in the park. Because what I learned is that all you have to do is wake up and do, if not one thing, a lot of things that day to get closer and closer to your goal. Because I don't plan shit ahead of time, like by this time I want to have this, by that time I want that. I literally surprise myself. All I do is I grind, and all of a sudden I have the car I want. I grind, all of a sudden I have the shop now. I grind, all of a sudden I'm at $80 a haircut now. I grind, all of a sudden I'm making over 30K a month now. It wasn't on some goal. I just locked the fucking, I put in that work. Next thing you know, I'm at a higher level. higher level, because it's all about microtasking. You know, this is not some shit where you could do overnight, right? Becoming that barber, making 10K a month, becoming the 6-figure barber, building your personal brand, having people to know you all around the world. This shit does not happen overnight. There's things that you have to do every single day to get you to that goal, and that's why microtasking is super important. One day you show up, one day you don't, you're slacking, right? So you need to show up every single day and lock the fuck in and get you to the point where you're now. 2026, I opened up my Heem headquarters. Literally one of the best barber studios in the world. I'm proud to say it. I started my hair product brand junior year. Like in the middle of junior year, after COVID, I went back to school and I started brainstorming. I started with the styling powder. Then I moved on to the gel. Immediately, right when I got that one product, the styling powder, I knew that I had to do more. And that's the thing too, is like, everybody is in the control to the speed to their success. Me, if I could do it, do it. If you could, you should. Don't fucking wait. I could do it, but I'm gonna do it in 3 months. Oh, I do want to get that car, but I'm gonna get it in 6 months because right now the financials are not straight. Fuck is you talking about? If the financials are not straight right now, then work your ass harder so you get that shit in 3 months instead of 6 months. But look, long story short, short story shorter, put in that fucking work and move with some speed. Because as y'all know, time flies, but you could fucking fly with that shit. You know, you could be Superman as well. Lock the fuck in, put in that work, move fast, and you will see results come quick. I also had to take a lot of action and take a lot of risky investments. I've invested over $20,000 in just knowledge, information, mentorship, courses, communities to help me understand the things that I know now. Right? How to run my YouTube, how to build personal brand, how to run my digital, how to raise prices, how to get more clients. I had to invest over $20,000 into all this. And you know, some people are scared to just invest a little 2, 3, 4K into it. It's like, bro, do you want to make more money? What's riskier? Spending a $5K on a high premium mentorship that's gonna guarantee you more money, or keeping that money but staying the fucking same? You know, I think staying the same is way riskier than spending a couple $1,000 on some mentorship that's gonna help you make a lot more money. Obviously, it's risky to spend that money, but you're not spending, you're investing. And there's always gonna be ROI when you make great investments and you put in that work. So a lot of that came from investing into my knowledge, investing into better tools, better sauce, better mentorships, better connections. And now we are here. 6-figure barber, 100,000 on Instagram, 100,000 on YouTube, making damn near 50K a month at just 20 years old. We got the car we want, we got the house we want, we got the shop we want, everything we want, because we simply put in that work and we never quit. And as you see, we're barely getting fucking started. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we got my guy right here. What's up with you, prayer?
What's up, bro? How are you, bro?
Well, good. How are you? What's your name?
William.
Oh, William.
What's up? Deadass, yeah.
Hey, my guy William from. Hey, I was right now making a video talking about basically my whole documentary. Like, I was just talking about my whole life. But look,
that's
Chad, this is actually
bro.
crazy. No, it's actually perfect that you're here because you were in what? You were in high school or middle school?
Middle school.
My guy was in
Both.
middle school. Both?
Yeah, high school and middle school, but I left.
So I was just breaking down everything, my whole life, how everything went, because there's gonna be a 3-hour masterclass for YouTube. But actually, like, bro, you tell them a little bit, because you were with me in middle school, so tell them if we was grinding in middle school or not. Like when I started cutting hair,
Bro.
because that's when I started cutting hair.
Let me tell you guys, bro. He's been grinding, bro. I was in 7th grade. This guy was in 8th grade. He's been doing haircuts already for, how old were you when you started?
9 years now. I was started at 12.
He was too young, bro. Cutting up hair, cutting up everybody in middle school, bro, and giving the freshest fades. Dude was a little 12-year-old.
No, and also
fresh cuts.
Tell them how, bro, like how good I was just like talking. I told your ass come with me. I told you bring your friends.
Exactly,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Like,
You also gotta be cool, bro. This is not a paid actor. I'm walking down the beach and my guy just pops up.
but genuinely, bro, I was just on a run. Like, I just seen him out of nowhere.
But this is actually even fucking better. So y'all have a little testimonial. He's seen the grind, and to this day, I mean, even then, look, we probably I haven't seen you in years.
Yes, bro, literally years.
But you probably have me on Instagram or Snapchat or something.
Yeah.
And you see the fucking grind, right? You see what we've been on.
Yes, bro, you've been up since then, bro.
So we don't fucking out here yap. We don't just grind and stop. No, we fucking keep pushing. And you know what I'm saying? Now we see my boy William out here. We're gonna have him in the video.
Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm happy for you, bro.
Appreciate you, brother.
Dude, you're going up big, bro, for sure. Like, you're already there, bro, but there's levels to this shit and you're going to the highest level, bro.
We're gonna kill this shit. But what were you doing? Some pull-ups? Or you were just running?
Yeah, I was about to do some pull-ups. I just finished running. Bro, I'm still about to run, but I come here for that little halfway.
I like that. I like that.
When you get a JV cut, you're gonna want to go on fucking 6-mile runs. You're gonna want to do some fucking pull-ups, bro. That's the life you get when you get a JV haircut, though.
Hey, you look, you need one.
I low-key need
But, like, are you growing the floor right now?
I'm running the floor right now, but
No, I like it.
but I'm gonna need a cut eventually, soon.
Well, he knows who to hit up. Come on now.
Right here,
Turn me up.
my boy.
All right, brother.
I'll see you, bro.
I'll see you, my boy. God bless.
God bless you, bro.
Fucking fire seeing you, bro.
Thank you, bro. Take care.
Let's get to it. Hey, I'll see you right now. You better beat me by the time I get down there.
All right, bro. I will.
Let's get it. Hey, look, that's literally one of the middle school boys. This shit is not scripted. This is actually crazy. We grinded, put in that work, and that's someone from school. Obviously, they're gonna recognize me. But now I go to LA, I go to the mall, I go anywhere. Random people know me. Yo, JV, are you that one barber? I go to barber competitions. Yo, JV, bro, I see your YouTube. It's all of inspiration. Number one, because people could relate to you. I was one of the only barbers that was doing this shit where other people could actually relate. Think about 12-year-olds, 15-year-old barbers. Like I said, this shit became a trend. So all these other 15-year-old barbers, they start cutting hair and they see me, a youngin' that they could relate to. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the phase rug of fucking cutting hair. So that's what comes with building the brand. We got the nice ass M3. This shit was like 6 figures, but no problem. We're able to cash this shit out. We're able to get the Lamborghini next year. We're able to get the house next year, and we're able to turn the fuck up. So, you know, that's basically a little bit of my story. Now, let's get into the fucking sauce. Let's go on with phase 1. We'll be breaking down everything about content, the main things that you need to know in order to actually do everything that I just said. Build a personal brand, get people to recognize you, get a shit ton of clients, you know what I'm saying? And get monetized on social media so you actually make money off what you do. Let's go. All right, boys, we are back at the shop now. As y'all seen, we were just yapping about my life story a bit. Honestly, could have added a lot more stuff and talked a lot more about my story because it is pretty long. You know, there is some things that I like to keep to myself because I didn't grow up right, honestly. And at the end of the day, that is one of my biggest reasons why I am doing what I am doing now and I work as hard. But enough of that. This video is gonna contain a couple of phases. In this phase, I'm gonna be breaking down content. This is the first phase and it's the first one for a reason. It is super important. If you don't do content, it's gonna be hard to do a lot of things. Content is the fundamentals of a lot of things, especially now in this age. You know, we're in 2026. It don't matter if you're a barber. It don't matter if you do construction. You could do nails. You could clean up trash cans. You could babysit kids. At the end of the day, the content is the marketing. If you're good at marketing, you're always gonna get clients. You're never gonna be broke. And I also want you to understand that the best known is gonna beat the best. It don't matter if your haircuts are not the best. But if you're the best known because of your content, people know who you are, you're gonna get clients. Think about it. McDonald's doesn't have the best burgers, but everybody knows them. So they're always full, right? There could be another spot that has amazing burgers, but nobody knows about them. They don't have marketing. And that exactly is why they're not gonna have as much business as McDonald's, a company that has a brand with it. So always think about content like the main way of marketing. You know what I mean? We got 3 ways to get clients with barbering and honestly everything else. We have in-person marketing, which is where you get people in person. We have content, where you get people through content. And we have cold outreach, where you reach out to people and you're basically like, you know, you're fishing for your people. But that only works if your content is great. Because imagine, you reach out to 30 people a day, right, through your Instagram or something. And then you tell them, yo, I'm willing to give you a free haircut just so you can try my service, everything looks good. Then, you know, I can become your barber. But if they look at your account and they see that your haircuts are trash, your account is not optimized, you don't have your name in your bio, your city, you don't have your prices right, you don't have your booking link set correctly, your highlights are not looking nice, your posts are not looking nice, you don't have that promise solution type of content, it's gonna be very hard for them to actually book with you, even if you're giving them a free service or a discount on your haircut. Or if you do reach out and you're gonna charge them full price, they're not even gonna pull up because your content is not there, and that's why it's super important. And I want y'all to think about like your first 100 videos. A lot of y'all watching probably already have 100 videos posted. A lot of y'all probably don't. So if you do have 100 videos, I want y'all to treat your next 100 videos like you're starting from nothing and those 100 are practice. And if you don't have 100 videos yet, same thing. I want you to treat your 100 videos. So let's say right now you have 13. The next 100, I want you to treat these shits like they are practice, all right? Don't worry about having the best fade, about having the best content, about having the best quality. It's all practice. And at the end of these 100 videos, then on the 101, you can start worrying about, oh, I didn't play the right music. Oh, the angle's a little bit off. You can start criticizing because now you're at the point where you understand content. Your first 100 videos is just for you to know what works, what doesn't. I'm telling you, if you lock in with those first posts, little by little, you're gonna start understanding, oh, this video got more views because of this. Oh, this music actually did better on this video. Oh, because I started the video like this and I ended it like that, and I did this call to action and I fixed this problem. Now this is what got me clients. Oh, okay, I need to do more of these. Oh, this consultation, this and that. You get the point, right? So the first 100 videos, just practice. Think about it like that. Do not be going all picky about, oh, this video didn't do as good, this and that. First, lock in on your practice. Once you do the practice, then you could actually get into the game and start worrying about other stuff. But at the same time, don't think practice like, oh, I'm just gonna half-ass it. Because obviously we want our practice, you know what they say, give your 100 in practice, you're gonna give 150 in the real game. So make sure to lock in on that, okay? I need y'all to take this content shit serious. Because without content, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have the 100K followers, I wouldn't have the 100K subscribers on YouTube, and I wouldn't be making the money I am, and I wouldn't be able to sell my hair products, I wouldn't be able to sell anything because I don't have no brand behind it. And also content is gonna build that personal brand. Content is the reason a lot of these people that you see go viral, they get money, they have the social presence because there's something behind them. And at the end of the day, it's not also content, it's who you are as a person. A lot of y'all just living your life, you're doing your haircuts, but you are forgetting the most important thing, which is content. And a lot of y'all also complain about, bro, this week was slow. Yo, I didn't get no new clients. It's like, look at your IG. Your Instagram, your content is literally a byproduct of your business. If that's not popping, then how do you expect your business to be popping? How do you expect to get new clients? And a lot of you are like, bro, like, how do I get new clients? I put this video. It's like, think about it. In order for you to have someone come to you, you need to fix a problem. Obviously, people need haircuts because they need haircuts. Hair growing too long, shit, let me go to the barbershop. But you need to become that barber that fixes specific problems and you have specific solutions for these people. So let's say someone has a fucked up hairline. They push them back or they're receding. If you're that barber that can fix receding hairlines or make them look natural and clean and save people like that, they're gonna come to you. You gotta put that as your niche. If you're good at making flat hair look hella texturized, that is your niche. You make that your main thing and you do a lot of problem solution videos like that. Always use CTAs as well. CTA and problem solution, I'm telling you, will literally run your bag up. For example, a CTA is a call to action. If y'all don't know, CTA, you're calling someone to action. And a call to action example could be, so if you're in the San Diego area, book with me, link in bio. Click the link, book in bio. You know what I'm saying? That's a call to action. Or 20% off, go hit the link right now to get a Heem product. That's a call to action. You're calling someone to do a certain action, whether it's to book with you, whether it's to buy something, whether it's to do something. That's what a call to action is. So if you mix that with a promise solution, it's gonna make the psychology understand what they're getting, if they want it or not, and then with the call to action, you're closing them. All right, they're booking it. So think about it like that. Content, I like to break down content in 3 pillars. Number 1 is content to go viral. This is gonna get you the engagement. This is gonna get people to know who you are, see how you look, see who you are, see your haircuts. You know, whether it's trendy content, funny content, things that will literally blow you up. And with this type of stuff, you either make your own thing, or you just do what's already working. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. If you see something popping, if you see this guy got 1 million views with this, you redo it in your own way. If you see this guy got hella clients off this, you redo it in your way. So it's viral, right? One content form is for virality. The next one is to get clients, which is problem and solution type of content. The third one is to build your personal brand. So you do want to go viral, you do want to get clients, and you do want to build personal brand. If you do all those 3, you're locked in, and that's exactly what I did. All right, I make content to go viral, I make content to build my personal brand, like the YouTube and other videos with me, and I make content to do problem and solution videos where people actually see that I could fix their specific situation, and that's how they book with me. And the one that's gonna make you most money out of this one, in a service way, would definitely be the problem and solution, because that's when you're gonna get clients in. But it gets to the point where you literally optimize and systemize so hard that the other ones, like the virality or personal brand, can make you more money. For example, for me, the problem and solution, getting the clients, was my main source of income. But after I locked in so hard on content, going viral, and building my personal brand, that's basically content and who I am, now that is making me more money. I'm able to make 5K a month off TikTok alone, another 10K off YouTube alone, and then that 10K or the virality that I have on YouTube and my personal brand is able to get me another 10K a month for my products, and then that is able to, you know, you get the point, right? My personal brand, your value, the value that you bring to the table is able to get you more paid than honestly just you bringing in clients. But that's for phase 4 or 5. You know, in phase 4 or 5, I'm gonna be breaking down exactly how to build beyond the chair, how to make money without cutting hair all the time. And that's what a lot of these barbers don't teach. So I'm gonna make sure to run up your bag with this barbering stuff, and then we're gonna move on to how to run up even more racks without even cutting hair. But the content is the most important thing. So I want you right now to jot down those 3 pillars. There's content for virality, content to build personal brand, and content to get money, which is problem and solution. And then I want you to also write down that your first 100 videos after this video right here is all practice. If you don't have more than 300 videos, then restart this shit. If you have 300 videos, all right, you put in your practice, now it's time for you to lock the fuck in. And I also want you to write down right now to start your journey ASAP. Start recording everything on YouTube. The YouTube industry is huge. Content industry is huge. Barber industry is huge as well. But the barber industry is not huge on YouTube. A lot of industries are not huge on YouTube. I'm one of those top barbers on YouTube, and I'm telling you right now, if you actually want to take this shit to the next level, where you do all those 3 things that I just said right now, you need to start recording your life on YouTube. You need to literally document everything. Do tutorials, do vlogs, do challenges. Be yourself on YouTube. Build that personal brand where people actually like you for you are. They're willing to watch you. Once you build a brand, they're willing to buy your brand. If you're cutting hair, they want to fly out and get a haircut from you. It's that type of vibes. And I'm speaking from experience, because a lot of people come from me out of state just to get a haircut. Yo, JV, I'm a barber too, bro. Damn, I've been waiting to get a haircut. Whether it's fans or not, it's like, it's the truth. People will look at you a different way if you make yourself look a different way. You know what I mean? If you give that value to yourself, and that's why content is the most important thing. And in content specifically for barbers, there's so many videos you could do. And I actually broke it down in a specific video. And this is actually one of the videos that I have in my community, breaking down exactly to the top 6. I think I even put a bonus in there. Top 6 or 7 videos that you could make on one single client. That's what a lot of y'all do too. That's what a lot of y'all don't do as well. You get one client, you film it before and after, and you're done. It's like, bro, you could have filmed a consultation on him. You could have filmed some third-person clips so you could do a voiceover problem and solution. You could have filmed a POV action clip. You could have filmed a tutorial. You could have filmed a how I treat clients. There's so many videos, and there's ways to understand them as well. And that's what this video that I'm about to show you right now is going to be breaking down it's going to be breaking down exactly every single video, what you got to do, how to do it, so forward. You know, inside the community, we also got people that help you with your content. We have editors for your YouTube, for your Instagram, for your thumbnails. Everything that I do, I built a specific team of people that can now help my students one-on-one. So the same thing that's going on with me, the same way that I was able to systemize my business is the same way that I'm gonna be helping my students systemize theirs, so they're winning as much as I am. Because at the end of the day, if I win, they win. If they win, I win. And that's what the team is all about. We win. So I want you to right now dial in, take some notes on this video, talking about the 6 best content ideas to do on one single client, to go viral, to get money, and to build that personal brand. Let's go. Let's get it. So today we're going to be talking about how many videos you could do with one client. Because a lot of y'all be like, bro, I couldn't shoot too many videos with this. I only had one client today. I only got one video, or I didn't get a video at all because I only had one client. First of all, if you are not super booked up, getting the clients you want, and not making videos at all, you do not have the privilege to be choosing, oh, I don't want to record this guy. I don't want to do a video on this guy. I don't feel like it. Like, you're not there yet. You got to be recording everybody, especially when you're not where you want to be. Because if you don't, you're going to stay stuck. So the main thing you gotta do right now is dial in on every single client. And whenever you want to do consultations, because those are a little bit iffy when it comes down to the people, you want to ask them. You don't want to ask them like it's their choice. You want to tell them. So say, yo bro, I'm gonna do a quick little interview on you. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions about the haircut, before and after, simple, done. Don't say, hey bro, is it cool if I do a little consultation or like record you, ask you some questions? Because if you say, is it cool if you're asking them now, then they're gonna say yes or no, and most likely you're giving them the option, so they're gonna say no. So you're gonna say instead, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what you say, I'm gonna do it. I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, is it cool if I do it? You're not gonna tell the girl, yo, what do you want to eat, or what time you want me to pick you up? You're gonna say, yo, we're gonna go here, be ready at this time, I'll pick you up. You know what I'm saying? Be strict. You're in authority right here. A lot of y'all be complaining about, I didn't get a video, or there was nothing to film, I didn't know what to film. But look, I'm gonna break down right now the top 5 videos that you could do with one client. With one person, you could do up to 5 videos. Honestly, 6, and even more, to be honest. But look, top 5 right here. And this last one is just a little bonus, but top 6, we keep it at the buck. First one, the easiest one, we got action clip. All right, this is where you are cutting. You are showing the hair falling off. The most important thing about action clips is balding out and lining up. Balding out, you're catching attention. That's why I always say start it with a back taper, because you have a way bigger canvas to work with. So it's gonna be better to bald out and easier for you to handle that. Then you move on to the sides. Before it used to be, with the guards and stuff doing the fade, but people don't wanna see that no more. People wanna see you balding out because they think you messed up, and you lining up because that's either making it or breaking it. And when you add those underlying factors like pushing them back or doing the enhancements too much, that right there is gonna gonna make the video go viral. So action clips, super easy videos to do. You can do this on every single client, if they're chopped or not, it don't matter. It's better to do on someone that has longer hair, so the transformation looks crazier and you can flick out that hair crazy. So action clip, super easy video to do. You can do it with anyone, all right? And if you do it correctly, that's when it gets the right engagement with the right underlying factors. Second, this is a great one. Consultation, problem and solution consultation. This should be a go-to for every single client, especially for the new clients, or if you don't want to do it with a new client, just tell one of your friends or one of your loyal clients to help you out with a video, and just, you know, you ask them the questions using the right script, send it over to the editor, we get it edited for you. If you mention the right problem and you mention the right way that you're gonna fix it, you're gonna get clients. Mentioning the 2 cities in your area, your city and the city that the client came from, even if it's scripted, even if it's not real, use that script if you actually want to convert. Good problem and solution. For example, the client has really thin hair and a messed up hairline. So yeah, bro, I see your hair is honestly pretty thin and your hairline is pretty pushed back right now. So what I'm gonna do is give you a nice taper hairline so everything looks darker, and I'm gonna leave it natural. I'm also gonna add texture on top, but leaving weight so it doesn't even thin out your hair even more. You see how like you're explaining it and how it's gonna fix it? And then I'm gonna add a little bit of enhancements, bro, to just make your hairline look crispier. I'm gonna add that product to fluff it up and make it look fuller. So the problem was thin hair and a bad hairline, you just explain right there how to fix it. Another one could be, this guy has a really big forehead. If he has a big forehead, or if that's the problem, you wanna start the video off with slicking them back. Show off that big problem. So you're gonna say, all right, bro, I see you got this big forehead. What I'm gonna do is give you a fresh textured fringe to cover up this and give it the illusion like your forehead is not that big. I'm gonna give you a fresh broad taper to match it, and it's actually gonna make your face structure look way better, match your silhouette a lot more, and even make your jawline pop out. So you just explain what you're gonna do, why it works, and how it's gonna change the face. So good consultation, it's gonna be great. That's the second video. The third one is a tutorial. All right, if you did an action clip, you could also do a tutorial while you're at it. These are kind of like on each other, because an action clip, you wanna go crazy. And if you do a crazy action clip, you're not gonna really be able to do a tutorial. So it's either you choose one of these, or you could even do the action clip, get your clips in and use those clips and then finish it off with a tutorial, if you know what I mean. So you do the crazy action clips, you put the camera down, then you pick it back up to show the rest of the video, and then you only show the crazy clips for the action clip, and then you show the actual full system for the tutorial. So you actually could use both of these in one client at the same time. So a tutorial would be either just the back taper tutorial, the hairline tutorial. If you don't want to mess up the action clip and do it fully crazy without messing up the taper for the tutorial, you could focus on doing the action clip on the haircut, and then for the tutorial you could do like a design tutorial once you're done with the taper, or a hairline tutorial, or if you could squeeze it in, you know, do the whole haircut tutorial. But whenever you do a tutorial for reels or short form, you want to keep it just like on one specific thing: how to do the side taper the best, how to do the back taper the best, a hairline tutorial, those type of stuff. So bam, 1, 2, 3. The fourth one, after you did a POV action clip, a third person consultation, a tutorial, POV as well, or on the tripod, we got right here how you treat a client. This one you could use your meta glasses, or you could set up your phone on a neck mount and you're just basically recording your POV on how you treat a client, from the way you greet them, from the way you sit them down, from the way you consult them, and then the way you cut their hair, how they feel after. How you treat your clients, honestly very good to get clients as well, because if they see that you're treating them good and you give them the haircut they want, easy way to get clients right there. Fifth one, we got the voiceover. With all of these clips, with the consultation, the action clip, the tutorial, the how you treat your clients, all of these clips could be put into one video, just mix them all around, and you do a voiceover right over it. So it could be most likely a problem and solution voiceover, talking about how the client came in, he had this problem, he drove away this far, this. Use ChatGPT to make a story and a problem and solution, and out of all these 4 things, we make the 5th one, which is a voiceover, and it's really good. Voiceovers are amazing because now you're showing yourself through all these videos. They're hearing your voice, building that personal brand, letting people know more about you, how you treat your client, how you do the action clips. Like, action clips are very good for voiceovers. And also if you have a POV clip, even better. If you have a clip of doing the tutorial and then a little clip of you consulting, I'm telling you, you put all of these 4 together, you're gonna get a really good voiceover. Or you could stick to just a action clip voiceover, which is you doing the clipper over comb, you cutting all the hair, you using the scissors, one of those type of action clip voiceovers. But 2 type of voiceovers right here, including all this, or just a voiceover with the action clips. And I'm telling you, all right here, this could be all in one client. Top 5 right here. The last one, out of that same client, you could get some type of clip to do a trendy video, slash a skit, slash a funny video, and slash a personal relatable. This all falls in the same category, all right? Because it could be a trendy video that could be funny and a skit, and it could be a trendy personal video that's very relatable. And when you're able to make these videos really relatable, that's when they go viral. Because you might have the same problem that thousands of other barbers have and you don't even know. And if you do that video on it and it hits, it's gonna hit. If you do a trend that's already working, like any funny thing, a funny skit, that will also be really good, because you know those are funny, relatable, and not just gonna attract the barbers, but it could be attracting everybody. So anything, and the way you find these trendy videos is simply do productive scrolling. Instead of scrolling and just brain rotting, scroll to find viral sounds, trendy videos, you save them, send them to yourself, and then now you know what to remake in your own version. Same thing with the skit. If you got to use a client, if you got to use your friend, do that. A funny video, there's a bunch of funny videos. You just got to do your studying, find the videos that you want to do, recreate them. And then the personal relatable, it could be anything. Like for example, the one where you sit in your chair and you talk about realizing how much $1 million a year as a barber is, or how much it is to make 120K a year. Like those type of informational ones, valuable, entertaining, motivational, anything like that. Easily could do one of these videos, whether it's a trend, a skit, a funny, or a personal relatable one. And just like that is how you could do 6 videos on one client alone. All right. If you don't do all 6, which is pretty crazy, if you learn the way to do all 6 on one client, you're goated. But if not, honestly, just 3 of them work, because now with just one person, you made 3 different content. And it don't even stop there, because you could even create a bunch of new videos out of these 3. If you do an action clip, a consultation, a tutorial, you could probably repose this one with a couple different actions or different song. You could do the consultation again a little bit differently, or maybe let's say you can't do the consultation again, you could do a tutorial a different way as well. How you treat a client, you could use different clips for that. If you know what I mean, you just keep bottling up on top of each other. But right here, top 6 ways to do different videos on just one client, so you're not complaining no more about, I don't know what to shoot with this client, I don't know if it fits him or not. Especially if you have no clients and you need content, do not be picking each client that you want to do it on. Just do it on everybody. Like I said, you do not have the privilege yet to be choosing which one you want. You got to do them on all, because you know you need them right now. You need it, you don't want it. Action clip, consultation, tutorial, how to treat a client, voiceover. 6, the trendy skit, funny personal videos. Let's run it. Let's get these videos in, boys. Stay consistent as well. And you probably have a lot more ideas that could fit here, but for sure, these are top 6 and you should get to doing them ASAP. One of the most important things, that's why this first phase has like 3 phases. The yapping part about it, the explaining the content, and then now even going more deep into the content, sharing my screen, telling you actually how to run it up. As you see, we have 100,000 followers on Instagram. We have another 100,000 on YouTube. So right there, just 2 platforms, we have 200K. And it's actually pretty, hold up, before we go on, it's pretty tough. I'm low-key like toe-to-toe with each other. You know, like Instagram's a little bit on top of it right now. I remember YouTube was on top of it. But hey, let's low-key smooth. Let's see if we can hit 200K at the same time. But look, it took a lot of time to get here. This shit didn't happen. This is all organic as well. I never paid for ads. I never bought followers. I never did all this extra shit. It's all through content marketing yourself correct. Remember the type of content I told you about. There's one for getting clients. There's one for going viral, and there's one for building personal brands. So I'm gonna jot down all of them right now. But let's actually start off with the important one that's actually gonna make you money, which is problem and solution consultation type of videos. So first one that I'm gonna start off with, and I have 3 of these are actually really good, is consultations, voiceovers, problem solution, and how I handle new clients. So let's start off with a consultation. Let's start off with one of mine.
Bro, you here from San Diego, California?
Yeah, Virginia Beach.
Notice how right off the bat, yo bro, you here from San Diego, California? I'm making it sure that people know where I am specifically in the city. This is, if you don't even talk about the city you're in or where you're at, what's the point? How are you even gonna get clients? Because Instagram will put your videos in the algorithm to reach out to people in that city that you're talking about. Also, consultation is very important. Notice how I'm standing right behind the client. I'm not looking at him back and forth. He's not in my chair and I'm staring at him. He's staring at me. We're all looking through the mirror, or we're looking at the camera, have more relation with the consumer. So boom, start off with, yo bro, you here from the city? So after this,
seen all the good cuts and all the work, just had it come pull up.
Smooth, bro. Smooth. What we got going on today, bro? Look.
so after you talk about city, where you're coming from, this and that, now you go into the haircut. What haircut do you want?
Crazy.
I just, I had a little taper gone bad just a little recently. Just need to get cleaned up.
Okay. What's something that the last barber did?
Boom, so I talk about what haircut he wants. He tells me I want to get cleaned up, I want this and that. Then I acknowledge that, I don't answer that yet, and I go into the problem and solution. So now, what is the problem? What kind of problem can I get out of this?
Like,
Just sheer work, to be honest.
shear work?
Yeah.
So I tell him, what's something that the last barber did you didn't like? And this is based on a true story. He actually got chopped from a little bit. This client is coming from another barber. Or let's say if you don't want to say what's something that the last barber did you didn't like, you could be like, is there anything in specific that you don't like about your hair right now? Just anything to bring up some type of problem where you could make a solution out of it.
Well, what is it? Left it too flat?
Yeah,
You got a mean undergrowth too, bro.
mean undercut. Just
So
wasn't
you're basically coming from another barber right now, right?
pretty much.
God damn, bro. So definitely gotta clean you up. So what do you plan on getting today?
Trying to just like whatever you could do, a blowout taper maybe, or just like a little fringe on top, just something to save it.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So, I mean, based on what you said, bro, we're gonna give you that nice, slow low mid burst fade.
So now that I know what the client wants, what the problem is, I'm gonna reframe everything. Okay, so based on what you said, bro, I'm gonna give you that nice low mid blowout taper that you want. And I know the top is mad crazy right now, bro. Mean ass undercut. So what I'm gonna do is use my cutting scissors technique, add some flow, add some texture, so it matches your silhouette. You don't make it sound good. Understand what they want, understand what the problem is. You reframe everything professionally, and look.
We definitely need to fix up the shear work. We're not gonna create that same mistake that the last barber did. Add some texture. I'm gonna use my scissor cutting technique to give you some flow, volume. It's gonna look way better, bro. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Let's do it, bro. You ready for the transformation?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
You ready for the transformation? We go straight into it. Editor takes care of all this job.
Yeah, I made with too much in a week. Must be 250 at least.
And then we obviously give that mean ass transformation where the client looks way better. Jawline popping out, good showcases. They're super important as well. So y'all get the point. Video would be longer than a minute, but you're gonna be doing everything you need. You follow the script, you should be smooth. Now that is a consultation. There's other examples of consultations. Like let me show y'all an example from my boy Jaw. This one. Pop in sound. Remember, I told you I recorded my whole journey. I have so many videos of me as a young kid, which is very good. So I tell y'all to record your whole journey, because when y'all do make it, and you don't have any videos of when you were not making it, you're cooked. You want to have those videos of when you were nothing, and those videos where you're lit. Later on, you could not just look back at them, but you're able to make videos like this and really show your journey, build that personal brand, show them where you build trust and value by showing where you were at and where you're at now. And these videos are super good as well because you're able actually to be credible, show people where you were at, where you're at now. And it's just amazing to see that growth, you know what I'm saying? And as a barber, you want to have those journey videos to really show people that you grew as a barber. And then you have videos like this as well, which is more personal and trendy as well. It's a day in the life of a 20-year-old barber. So, nice video. You get out the car or you walk into the shop. You walk in the shop, you get ready, you show your whole haircut, you show how much. I would recommend everybody to make this video. It's cool, it's clean, it's aesthetic. Showing how much you're making a day, how many all the haircuts you're doing. You walking out, like, great video right here. And that would fit as a personal and trendy video as well. So now that we got the personal and trendy videos out the way, y'all kind of know. Remember, personal and trendy, it has to do with you. Because it's personal branding, and it's trendy, it's going viral, it's something that's popping right now, something that would go viral. That's how you know we're personal and trendy. So we went over consultations, personal and trendy. Now, let's go over action clips, the real viral shit. Look at these action clips right here, for example. You gotta find out what works, what doesn't. And these personally, you know me, Fast Barber, POV the Fast Barbers, went stupid. Look at this video, 4.6 million views, 174,000 likes. Peep game. Now look, you're probably already hooked up on the video. The reason these videos go viral, number one, it has a great hook already. POV your fast barber. What? Whenever people think about a fast barber, they're like, whoa, don't go fast on my hair. Don't fuck up my hair. Don't bald me out like that. Not only do they see a crazy context, but then they see me going fast as hell, lever close, lever open in the back. That's why it's super important to do lever close, lever open on these. And that's all I'm doing. All you see me doing in these POV fast barber videos is balding out and lining up, which is the most satisfying parts about a haircut. Who doesn't want to watch those? Especially when you're going at a fast pace. Think about it. People have short retention spans. If you're taking forever, you're not showing quick results, people are going to pass by, click off, scroll. Right here, quick results. They're seeing everything. It's moving fast. It's literally candy to the brain. They're going to keep watching it. That's why these videos do so good. And that's why this video did amazing like this. 174,000 likes, 5 million views. Look at all these comments as well. It's all called underlying factors. Underlying factor is the reason the video went viral. The reason people are commenting. As you see, yo, talent chases you, but you're faster, bro. Imagine his regular cuz is good for fast. Fast and good, but not cheap. We definitely all caught the pushback. Think about it. Fast, my speed is the underlying factor. Pushing him back is the underlying factor. Using enhancements could be underlying factor. Being a bad barber could be underlying factor. But all those things are reasons why people are going to give you more engagement, comment, this and that, and that's great. If you look at your videos and you can't even tell what the underlying factor is, your video is not good at all. If I can't comment on your video about something, you don't have a good video with underlying factors. This video has all the underlying factors you need. And then notice how it keeps going as fast, and then look at the showcase at the end, look at the transition, look at the end when I actually do that little pushback, and it's not even a pushback, it's all rage bait. At the end of the day, these videos are rage bait. And the definition of these videos is not about how you start, but how you finish, because that's what it is. I show them in the beginning how it looks like I'm cooking them, making it look like I fucked their hair up, and at the end I actually bless this guy with a cut. Not your average cut, look how fresh I left it. I don't want to see handcuffs. See the Bosch pit. Transition right here. Ready? Fire haircut. Great angles. And these videos have strategic strategies that they work. You got to play the right music in the background. You got to shoot the right clips. You got to have only a certain amount of songs in the video, the right beat drop, everything. And we have that all dialed in the community. And you know, these are the systems that are gonna get you to the point. We have a bunch of videos, but y'all get the point of that. All right, that'll be more action type of clips, but those are action virals. Even look at this too. Even it just has 5K views. Simple as video, 10-second video. Got me 5K likes, watch this. Literally just a video about me fast. And think about it, that's the underlying factor. Being fast is an underlying factor. Track hard.
Sketch bit.
If you're not fast, you gotta be pushing back, you gotta be doing enhancement. I'm not saying to do all these fucked up things to make the, you know, but it's all about just making it look. Rage bait these people. You rage bait them, you're gonna get the engagement. All right, now we have the real viral stuff. My boy Parce right here, bro. He started with me. I remember he had like only 300 followers when he first started with me. Now he has 367,000. This is the definition of being a G, bro. Actually fucking going crazy with it. So watch this right here. Let's go back to the old days when I remember my boy first joined and he was talking about, yo, JV, what do I do? I'm telling you, this kid, I remember he had nothing. Now this kid got everything. All right, so this is phase 2. One of the most important phases, as you know, we talked about content in the first phase. Now, in order to be a good barber, get clients, obviously focus on content, right? But now you want to worry about efficiency. How are you able to make more bread in less amount of time, especially if you don't charge as much? Maybe if you're a $100 barber and you take an hour, cool. But if you're a $50 barber and you're taking an hour, it's not good, because think about it in DPM, dollars per minute. You're not even making $1 per minute if you're charging 50. If you're charging 60, then maybe. But if you're able to do 2 people in 1 hour at $50, that's 100 an hour. You're making the same as a one charging 100 a cut, but he's taking an hour. Let's say you go up to 60 a cut and you're doing 2 people 130 in an hour, that is 120 an hour. And that's how I'm able to make 200 an hour cutting hair, because if I charge 100 and I do people 1 hour, that's 200 an hour. So right now I'm gonna teach you exactly how to do efficiency. A lot of y'all just are not comfortable cutting fast. A lot of y'all think that it's hard. A lot of y'all think this and that, make excuses. At the end of the day, it's actually easier done than said, because you might think it's hard. You might, you know, get these limiting beliefs in your head, thinking that like, oh, it's way harder than it is. It really isn't. It's just doing the same shit. And something that helped me a lot was timing myself and just thinking about it like a challenge. You know, think about it like you're in a race. You're like, you know, you're having fun with it. Just kind of also getting mad at that shit and just doing quick. So right now I'm about to show you step by step exactly how I do it. And at the same time, when you do speed, sometimes it's not step by step. It's about doing what is best to get the haircut done faster. That's why I like to do a lot of freehand. So I'm about to show you everything. Freehand. I'm gonna do a whole shear cut on him, give him a nice trim, give him a nice taper, line up, and we're gonna try and do it in under 30 minutes. We're not gonna try to, we are. So right now it is currently 2:37. I'm gonna try and be done by 3, so in like 20 minutes. So let's get started with the first step. It is gonna be freehanding, all right? I'm gonna start off the haircut by freehanding. I'm gonna focus about cutting the top at the end. So come in here and let's run it. We're gonna start off with the back, all right? So I want you to just watch and learn. I'm not gonna be explaining too much. Let's run it, are y'all ready? So look, lever close, lever open is gonna be your best friend, always. We're gonna do lever close here. Always have your comb in your hand. Lever open, Right here, look how I'm putting the hairs into the comb and I'm starting to flare out. Right here too, a lot of clipper over comb. This is all freehanding. This is all in the freehanding section right here. All right, then you close the lever again, you set a better guideline. A lot of people like to start off with the trimmers, set the first guideline, then lever close, lever open, but now that's exactly how you get slow. So you see, I just reset my line. Now I'm doing the lever open again. Now I'm gonna close the lever a bit, and just like that, that's the first guideline. Right here too, freehand. I could just freehand everything. You see that? Just freehand everything. Right here, you just saved a bunch of time, right? I'm gonna try and do this haircut too with as minimal guards as possible. A lot of freehand, you see that? Then we'll worry about the shear work and stuff later on. You know, this is easy thinning shears and stuff. We're gonna do the same thing to the side, lever close, and lever open. And right here, just to be careful, always have your comb right here to guide those hairs into it. When you're freehanding, you wanna have a light hand. Light hand, don't dig in too much. Right here, a little bit of clipper over comb. Bam. Right here too, you could do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Use your corners, that's super important too. But as you see, look at that. This is what I like to call my rough draft. So it's basically just lever close, lever open as much as I can, trying to get that foundation done. And you do the same thing to all the sides. And I'm gonna do this whole video raw. All right, you're gonna see everything. There's not gonna be no steps skip. Lever closed, comb right here, lever open. Clipper over comb, super important. And obviously this isn't something that you learn overnight or you learn in the first day of trying it. It's gonna take practice, just like everything else. You gotta take practice, you gotta understand the game, you gotta find your own systems of doing it, you know? This is my system. And as well, at this time, this ain't about, like I said, it's not about stepping steps. It's about like seeing what you could do the most, like the fastest, right? So if I do if I do 2 guard here, I might not do 2 guard over here. I might do this first, then I might do this, or I might go from here to here. It's just all over the place. But the main fundamentals is lever close, lever open, freehanding, and then you go into lining up. I like to line up because it's gonna help me keep everything darker and then know exactly what I gotta blend into. So now I'm gonna get my trimmer and line up everything. As you see, lines are looking crispy. We're gonna go around the ear. Use the corners. All right, you're gonna be using your corners right here. Think about your trimmer also like a pencil, right? If you're having trouble with that, just think about it like a pencil, the corners of the pencil, and you just guide, all right? And then think about it like when you have the garden man just doing the bush, him trying to make it nice and clean, you gotta think about it like that. This is low-key art, you know what I mean? Like, understand the lines. As you see right here, his C-cup is pretty outgrown, so you gotta see exactly where you want that line to be. So I can see, you know, it really starts here, but I'm gonna try and go for the darkest area. So zoom in right here. I'm gonna go up right here. Bam, I went up. Now all this right here is just overgrowth. You know, so we're not pushing no one back. We're looking at it first, studying the hair, and now we're gonna start curving in. Curving in. Oh, I really just want you to watch and learn right here. This is more about watching and learning than listening. But at the same time, you know, I'm explaining it as best as I can. But look at that. Just with the lever closed, lever open, after lining up, you see that this is the rough draft. Obviously, it's not done, it's not 100%, but you get the picture. Like, this is looking clean already. We look at it through the mirror. Or you could keep looking like right there. Look, you see where we're coming. The silhouette is coming in. It's not done, but you know what I'm saying? And we're literally only like 3 minutes in, literally. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. You know, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. Some people like to do the half of the head first. Do this, do one taper first, and that also is gonna make you slow. If you're only focusing on the back taper first, and then you move to the side, and then you move to the other side, that's literally how you're not doing everything at once. Think about it. If I have the trimmer in my hand, I might as well do everything that I can with the trimmer. If I have the lever closed, lever open in my hand, I might as well do everything I can with the lever closed, lever open. That's why people just burn time. Same thing with the C-cup here. We're gonna start from the bottom, set that guideline, and then just do that nice Chicago C, or not even a Chicago C. You know, you just gotta also have the eye of the tiger, and then know exactly what's crispy. You know, these type of C-cups right here are the crispiest C-cups you could be doing. Look at that, fly. Then we balled out right here. Amazing fucking work, same thing, look at that silhouette. Right now with the shear, we're gonna put everything together. Do you like your hair forward or backwards?
Backwards.
Backwards, nice. So even better. And the way I'm gonna show you how to do the shear work is gonna be for everything. If you wanna do your hair to the side, if you wanna do this, if you wanna go forward, fringe, slick back. The way I'm gonna show you right now is for everything, so you don't have no excuses about shear work and how to do it quick too. That's another reason why people are slow as hell, because of the shear work. So now we're gonna get right here my Uno shaver. You know, this is a Babyliss one, but you know, it has one little foil shaver, so Uno, same shit. We're gonna go ahead and just follow the stubble, make this shit crispy, because whenever you have the baldest, that's when you're really able to see the fade, you're able to see what you gotta fade into. Next thing after this would be shaving out the C-cups. I like to do that once again. It's gonna give me the sharp line. It's gonna tell me exactly what to fade into without sacrificing everything else. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you know, in most of my videos, this ain't your regular video, because in this video, I'm actually breaking down the actual systems that it takes. Instead of just showing you how to do the cleanest fade, I'm gonna show you how to do the cleanest one with my exact systems on a real day-to-day basis on how I do this shit. So I'm able to make as much money in less amount of time. And then, you know, going to that little like debate that people like to talk about cutting hair fast, this and that, it's bad. Oh, you don't care about your client. Once again, speed doesn't mean that you're fucking up a haircut. It just means that you have better systems and efficiency, that's it, right? Because, I mean, why would I wanna do, like if I take an hour on a haircut, I'm doing that shit on purpose now. Because in reality, I do this shit in 30 minutes without being fast. This is just who I am. This is how I get down, right? So I'm just wasting time. Why would you want to waste time? And also at some point, y'all know, if you're cutting hair for longer, you get better. This shit becomes a flow state. This shit becomes natural. So what's the point if you know damn well you could go faster? It's like, what's the point? You're literally devaluing yourself. You know, and even just going from an hour to 45, that's already a big change. Like right here, we're using the trimmer. I have to do one thing that I told y'all. Give me a second, I have to get a razor. Now we're gonna go right here, lay your head back a bit, bro. We're gonna do the C-cup, going up slowly. Same thing to the other side. You can go around the ears as well. Around the ears a bit now, we come back to the back. Hey, I'm back in the city, baby, bet. And then also, like I was telling you on the beginning, you get fast by keep looking at the time. Seeing how much time you got left. Oh shit, I gotta hurry up, you know what I'm saying? Right now, we have 15 minutes left to do the haircut by 3 p.m. So right, boom, look at, now we balled it out. We reset our line. Now we get our lever closed, lever open again. And right here is when I'm actually gonna start fading. All right, so boom, lever closed, open it like 2. Lever halfway, lever all the way open now. Now I would get my half guard. This is when I start caring about details. All right, we wanna start caring about actually making this shit clean. Fade out, fade out. Now right here, I'd probably use like a 1.5 guard. This one right here. Use my comb. Know how to freehand. This is all about freehanding too if you wanna skip guards. Right here, someone would grab the 3 guard. A lot of y'all watching would do the 4 guard, you know, but nah, we're skipping steps. That's what it's all about. Always look in the mirror. The mirror's never gonna lie and tell you exactly where shit's at. If this needs to be higher, this needs to be lower. You know, like I said, we're not just going fast to go fast and fuck people up. No, we actually care about quality and good results here. So it's just about moving faster, not moving worse, moving faster and still doing better. You know what I'm saying? So all those people that tell you about, oh, he's going fast, this and that. And also the POV fast barber videos, a lot of people hate on those because obviously the point is to make the haircut look butchered in the beginning. And as y'all know, my haircuts might look butchered. I might go fast as hell, make it look like I'm messing up the client. At the end of the video though, what? At the end of the video, the haircuts always fly. Shit's always crispy as hell. Why? Because it's all for literally the video. It's all, like, don't believe everything you see on the internet. At the end of the day, we actually shoot these videos very well and make this shit go crazy. And we do the haircuts fly as hell. So look, already you can see the blend coming in. This is amazing gradients, all natural. All right, we're gonna come to the sides right here. We already have the 1 guard, so might as well use the 1 guard. The main point is efficiency. Like I was telling y'all, if y'all have something in your hand already, use it to your advantage. You don't gotta do step by step. All right, if I have the 1 guard, I'm gonna do the most I can with the 1 guard. And I'm using my corners right here. And also what's gonna get you faster, watch. You have another clipper with another guard. So You have this one with the 1 guard, you have this one with the half guard, and you have this one with no guard. That will make you faster instead of going back and forth, putting guards on and shit, you know what I'm saying? So now we got this one with the half guard. Come in here. If I want, take it off real quick. This one's already 0 gap, so it's gonna get rid of this line easy. Also, you know, investing into better tools is gonna make you better. Shit could cut down quicker. It has good mortars. They're quiet, they're clean. You know what I mean? You're not bugging your client. And also, you're moving fast, right? You're not gonna be too locked in with this. So having a good amount of clippers is gonna help you. So you're not all over the place. If one dies, you got the other one. Bam. Right here, trimmer. We're gonna get rid of this line a bit. Simple. Look at that taper. Fly ski. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. I already had this one with the 1 guard. You know, so the main point here is just basically showing y'all how to get down quick. If you could, you should. At the end of the day, everybody can. This is some shit everybody could do. It don't matter how much you charge, and I'm literally a proven fact. I did have those thoughts at one point where I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be charging 100. Maybe I should take longer on some people to just give them more of the time. Sometimes people don't give a fuck about that. If you can give them a good haircut in a less amount of time, it don't matter. You know, I learned that it's not about, oh, you're charging more, so give them more. No. Give them what they want, and if you do it fast, then that's just that. You know, it's like a good mechanic is not gonna charge you because how long he took. He's gonna charge you for the shit he knows and you know what it is, right? So it's not about, oh, he did the job in 30 minutes and he's charging me for 100 because he knows what the fuck he's doing and he did it right. Same thing here. You know what I'm saying? Bam. So now we're gonna get rid of this little line, turn the clipper around, check the time. We have 10 minutes left, and that's actually perfect because right after this, we're gonna do shear work. Enhance it a bit, and we are smoothie. You get lineups too, bro? In the front?
I don't even know.
We'll figure something out. We'll give you a little corner lineup.
All right.
Make it look clean. But chat, look at that. Like 12 minutes into the haircut, the fading process is done. Right? Look in the mirror. We're looking fly. The back is clean. It's a little bit disconnected just because we haven't done shear work, but now it's time for the shear work. So let's go ahead. Let's dial in now. And sometimes it's better to start with the shear work first, and sometimes it's better to start it at the end. But in some cases, I like to do the fade first, so I know exactly what I'm cutting into, if you know what I mean. Or sometimes you do the fade first, or sometimes you trim the top first, so you can see exactly what you're doing the taper into. I don't know, it's just whatever you feel like. At the end of the day, speed comes with that. You know, you gotta have that sureness, you gotta have that eye of the tiger to know exactly what is what. In this case, we're doing this. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, it's just all about getting the haircut done quicker. So it don't matter what steps you take, as long as you get there. That's why the point of these shits, the point of the videos that I do, POV or Fast Barber, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And like, that's literally what the video is about. That's why you get a bunch of views, because the video is going quick. And at the end, it's fly. So like, watch, now we're gonna slick back everything. We're gonna put the client all the way down. This is how I do it. We do a middle line. A part straight down the middle. All right, make sure everything's even. Cameraman, get in here, get the details. Everything even, all the way to the back. We're gonna do everything even, all the way to the back. Bam. All right, the line doesn't have to be all super straight, just because at the end of the day, we're gonna cross-check everything and see everything's even. I like to wet it back down again. In this instance, I like to go for a smaller comb. Come here, peep game. We're gonna start off this section right here. Boom, you see that? You see the disconnection. We're gonna cut that off. And we're gonna follow that same section to the back. So that's the second one. We have the third one right here. We have the fourth one right here. Beautiful, right? So we slick this back down. So we cut from the top now, going up. Now we're gonna cut from the side. So now from the side, come over here a bit. Now from the side, we're gonna pull out and we're gonna be cutting straight up. And this is gonna give him that flow, that straight up look. It's gonna be built good. It's gonna be like a tapered look, you know? We're not just gonna taper the sides, we're gonna taper the top, everything. So it's tailored good, he has the layers, everything's flowing nice. Look, same thing with the back. That's what it's all about. Come over here on this side. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And notice how I'm not wasting time, you know? This ain't about, oh my God, do 1,000, what do you call it? 1,000 sections, nah, fuck no. Just look, one section, and with that one section, well, basically two sections since it's two. we're doing everything we can. And watch, you're gonna see how I might be going fast, I might be cutting when not the right sections, but you're gonna see at the end, it's all about cross-checking, right? If everything's aligned, it don't matter. Remember, it's not about how you start, but how you finish. You might start sloppy, you might go too fast, you might not be doing the right steps, but shit, if at the end it's still running, you know? Bam. So now we do that. And now what I like to do is comb the hair down right here and make it straight. Make everything straight. Right here, make everything aligned. Bam. All right. Make sure it matches to the front like that. You see that flow right here? Amazing work. We come to this side. Amazing work. Now that we did that, so we did the top sides. Now we're gonna do all the middle. Come here, get from right here from the front. So now since we cut both sides, they're gonna be the longer piece in the middle. Common sense. So we're just gonna guide that all the way to the back as well. Bam, now we do the same thing, but sideways. Bam. Like I said, we might not be explaining everything, but this is the type of shit you gotta watch and learn. Now we slick back everything. Once we do that, we can get the scissors again and just cross-check. But I'm confident this is all looking good. Right, but right here you just do a little cross-checking, make sure smooth, and then you kind of just know exactly what length everything is by just going up with your finger. Look, come here, watch this. Now we put the hair all over. Watch this. Look at that. Bangs to the front. Look at that. Everything is even. Right, and we literally took like 5 minutes on that. Yep, literally 5 minutes. So now we're gonna slick my guy back. We're gonna make sure everything's flowy. Now what I like to do right here, to make sure everything's flowing even better, we're gonna put this shit down, the sides, thinning shears, and start blending it good like that. The sides, the front, look flowing. It's gonna get rid of that weight, give it that nice, better tapered look. Remember, whatever you do to one side, do it to the other. Right here, you can kind of see that weight line of hair. And it's gonna get rid of it perfect.
I think $100 a tank.
Look at that, we're flowing.
13 gallons, this full like $80. About like a week and a half.
Look at that. Boom.
I mean, on the weekends, I don't really.
I used to not use thinning shears because I didn't really know what they was for until I learned what they was for. And this shit is great. So get more gradients, get rid of those weight lines, things like this, you know? Sometimes a guard can't get rid of it, and or it could, but the shearers get rid of it way more, you know, like a smooth criminal type shit. Boom. Just gets rid of it way nicer. So now I'm gonna get some air, clean up my client. Always make sure to have your canvas clean. Now this is right here when I would put some product in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of that Heem wax. Because he has like that pretty thick hair, it's fluffy. If I put some curling cream, you also gotta understand like what's best for your client. This right here, I want his hair to have some hold. He said he wants it to go back. So if I just put some curling cream, it's gonna keep staying frizzy, over time dry up. So right here, the hair's already a little bit moist. So first we're gonna put it all over the hair. Make sure it's all over. We don't care about styling right now. Right here, we just care about putting the product all over the hair. And then now we can start styling, slicking it up, back a bit, you know, showing that forehead. Amazing. Now we go ahead, get that Heem comb. And right here, we're just gonna slick. Right here, we're just gonna slick. Right here, we're gonna slick everything back. Put some water to give it some, you know, get more marinated in there. And then how I like to style too. I'm not really gonna style the best right now just because I'm gonna put some enhancements. I wanna line up his corners a bit. So peep game, peep game. Right here, we're gonna go like this. And we're gonna give them little baby hairs right here on the sides. Right, this to make it look cleaner. The hairline really does make the whole haircut look cleaner. And then these, we're just gonna line them up. We're not gonna give them a full line up because these honestly, in my opinion, look better. Where you just line up the corners. Look at that. That's gonna make the cut look way better. Make my guy look cleaner. Bam, whatever you do to one side, you do it to the other. Honestly, these are life hacks. Come here, come here. We're gonna lift this up. Bam. Bam. Look at the other side, make sure they're matching. Make sure to have them at the right length. Bam. Now it's about checking C-cups. Come here from the front. You want to make sure C-cups are aligned. They're both the same length. Now it's really just detail work right here. Detail work before we put on the enhancements. You never want to cover up your problems with enhancements. Make sure it's good natural. And then that's when you put on enhancements. And I think now it is a 3 now. It's 3 on the dot. We're basically done. Right now I'm just gonna polish it with some enhancements, style it up, and we're done. So basically I have 5 more minutes and that's still under 30 minutes. It's probably gonna be one of the best haircuts my guy's ever gotten. And it's gonna be fast as hell. While I broke it down all to y'all. So I like to use like a little business card. I bend it a little bit right here.
Yeah, actually, I watched that.
Slight, boom, clean.
Yeah, it was like, honestly,
Same thing right here to the lineup. For the C cup, use a little C cup card like this. Crisp. All right. For the back, we could do this in a circle. For the back, we're gonna go like this. Crispy. Crispiana. Do the back right here. Crispy the kid. All right, let's do the hairline. See this, look at it from the front. Now we line up. C cup again. Smoothie. All right, now in this type of instance, low-key, I like to just get a brand new blade. Since I already used it, I want this shit to be the sharpest thing ever. So I'm gonna get a brand new blade. I'm gonna put it back on my razor. I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror a bit. Tell myself that I'm locked in, you know, we're gonna keep going crazy. Look at the time, just to understand, oh shit, my next client's gonna be here in 5. Oh, I only need 3 minutes left, we're good. All right, we're gonna sit my boy back. And right here is where we connect everything. The paint, the line, the stubble. We connect it all up with the blade right here. You want eyebrows, my boy?
Yeah, working magic.
Got you. Come on this side.
Nah, it's kind of like think of like world ending. World is ending.
How are we feeling, George? What do you think about like a fast barber? Would you rather sit in the chair for an hour or 30 minutes?
30 minutes. Time is money.
Right, and you're still getting the same service, just one's faster.
Yep.
So you would rather be out the chair quicker.
Yeah.
Time is money, like my guy said. You know, you never know your customer's busy. You gotta go run some errands. You're fucking taking an hour. You took an hour of his time. Fuck that. Raise your eyebrow. Raise your eyebrow and close your eye. Like this, like this. Close your eyes and just go. Perfect. And also, what I want y'all to understand too, chat, is that like, you know, don't be scared to tell your client to do something. Sometimes you can slice them if you don't tell them something. On the mustache, if you don't tell them to stretch it out right, you could get sliced, right? Because you're scared of just, oh, bro, do this with your shit. No, it's like, tell them, all right, bro, I like it better when the eyebrow's stretched out, so I'm gonna tell them to do that. All right, at the end of the day, it's like, doesn't hurt. Just go ahead and speak up. Literally speak up or shut up. We're gonna do the eyebrow, unibrow. We're gonna connect right here in the middle. Amazing. We're gonna do this side. You could put them down right now. Now you can raise them up. Amazing work. All right, you can come up now. Go forward a bit, a little more. There you go, you're good. All right, now we're basically done. We're gonna get some water. Oh shit, we're spraying today. That's cool. We want a good amount of water. Like I said, he got the thick hair. We want to be able to slick it up good. We're using the Heem wax, some water. Get your comb. Now is when we're gonna style good. Now I like to face my client into the mirror. Boom. Come here. Come behind me. Oh, actually, no, stay there. All right. I like to face my client to the mirror. You could already tell him. My guy's looking fly. He's looking way better than what he came into. So now I slick him fully back. Fully back. I like to do the part in the middle again.
You just gotta like this. So you can't get lost. You stop getting
Part straight down the middle. Just lay everything flat, right? We want everything to be symmetrical. Then I get my comb. I just go down the middle right here. Slick back the sides like this. Like this. Now I drop the comb. Now I do a little bit of some hands. Go right here on the sides, pop it out, and then I like to 2 fingers and just drop the bangs a little bit to get out the way so I can see. A little bit of some bangs right here. Give it some style. Boom, make my guy look like Clark Kent. As you see, the lineup is looking crispy. If you don't want no bangs, then you just go like that. Look, lineup is crispy. My guy's looking fine. Look at that tapered style that I was telling you about. How everything just flows in nice. The taper's looking clean, the lineup's looking clean. We drop a bang right here. Boom. Fire. Look right here in the mirror. Look at the sides right here, you know what I'm saying? Right now we're gonna give you a nice after, but look at this. Zoom in on there, zoom in, keep zooming in on there. Look at that flow, and literally all in 30 minutes. We started at 3:37. It is now, we started at 2:37. It is now 3:07. 30 minutes, my guy's fly. I'm ready for the next one. Come on now. You know, this would have been a $100 haircut just like that in 30 minutes. Don't play with the kid, you know what I'm saying? Don't play with your time either. Time is money. It's just about how the way you do it. And I didn't even rush the whole way. I could have done this shit way quicker, maybe 7 minutes ago. But, you know, I'm breaking it down for y'all, showing me what's up. Now, the main thing is if the client actually likes it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be quick and shit. Like I said, it's not about how you start, but how you finish. So, let's go ahead, show the client. My boy George, look at yourself. Talk to me, how you feeling? What you need? Water? This one has no water.
What about the purple one?
Look hella good.
Talk to me, all right? Hey, keep it a bug. Do not lie for the camera. Look at yourself right here on the side right here. No, you look right here. Look right here. Look at the back. Look at the silhouette. You told me that one's a nice low mid. You came looking like chopped cheese. You're leaving like sharp cheddar. And this is all facts. You know, even if you said this shit's ass, I might need to catch the fade because this is not looking ass. You know what I'm saying? You're looking clean. Tell me you ain't.
Hell yeah.
How the eyebrows looking? How's everything looking? Look at this side. Look at this side.
Looking good.
Look at this side from the back. What'd you think? A 30-minute haircut. That shit looking flew by, huh?
Hell yeah.
He goes on with his day now. He has to go make some money. He got the time for the money. He has to go do whatever he got. All right. He only wasted 30 minutes. He didn't waste them because this shit's an investment as well. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear y'all crying about, oh, I can't do a haircut 30 minutes. Oh no, I'm gonna mess up the client. Oh, you're not taking your time with your client. All excuses, all excuses. Don't let the matrix fool you. You know, you're locked in. My guy's looking clean. So let's roll the after.
Like I was so bored. I know I
Look at that flow, chat. Look at that flow. You know what I'm saying? Nice texture with the shear work, with the blend, everything in 30 minutes. I don't want to hear y'all making excuses. If y'all need to run back the video and watch it 3 times, do what you have to do, right? We got more videos in the YouTube channel. But as you see, we have even more videos in the Heem Uni 2.0 breaking down on more hair techniques, on different hairstyles, fringes, more shear work techniques. But look, come on now. Y'all gotta give the flowers where the flowers are earned. You guys cannot tell me this above average fresh haircut. And it's clean. You know, eyebrows are looking clean. Everything's symmetrical. How long do barbers usually take on a haircut like yours?
Like 40 minutes.
And is it this good?
Hell nah.
Hell no, it's not this good, you know what I'm saying? So, turn me up in the chat, boys. Let me know what y'all think. Obviously, if we take 10 more minutes, it could even be better, but I don't really think so, because this shit is crispy regardless the situation. Fly troop, fly troop. And then also make sure, it could be a good haircut, but you could have shitty showcases. So make sure your showcases are good too. You tell the client, you know, jawline popped out a bit, looking up a bit. Everybody's looking crispy. That all is part of the, because you can have shitty angles, but a fresh haircut, and that's still gonna make the haircut look shitty. Look at that, my guy's looking clean. Came in looking like this, leaving looking like this. How are you feeling? 10 out of 10?
20.
Let's try again, baby, come on now.
Hell yeah.
All right, what do we need? We need that Heem aftershave. Close your eyes, G. If it don't burn, it ain't really good. A little light burn or not?
Yeah.
All right, player, you're good to go. He had a 30-minute lunch break. He's gonna make it back on time. Let's go. Just like that. Don't be slow. Get faster, make more money less amount of time. Let's get it, on to phase 3. All right, boys, look, let's run these fucking digits up. Phase 3, very important. After you dial in with the content, after you dial in with cutting hair faster, to be more efficient, make more money less amount of time, you know, you're getting booked from the content, you're able to actually get people in from the speed. Now, you're getting that demand, you're building that demand, it's time to go up in price. Now, a lot of people do not know when to go up in price, why you gotta go up in price, and we don't go up in price because we feel like it, or because we think our haircuts are good enough, or because you think you're ready, or because your haircuts are, you don't go up in price. Anything with feeling, it's all logically and it's all numbers. Women lie, men lie, numbers will never lie. And this is why it's super important to track all your numbers. And that's why I give a tracking sheet to every single one of my students, because if they're not tracking, how do you know what's coming in? How do you know what's coming out? And that's how a real business moves. All right, you see the numbers coming in, if you're getting that demand, you have to go up in price, right? If you have less supply, you're gonna have more demand. You have more supply, you're gonna have less demand. It's just how it goes. So that's why I like to shrink up schedules. Me, when I was cutting hair, and like this is like around $65, right? I just went up from 50. At $50, I was working like 6 days a week. Then at 65, you're at a higher price. You know, you actually start getting into those big boy numbers. 40, 50, you're still mid. 65 plus, you're getting into those higher numbers. 80 plus, you're really at those higher numbers. So what I had to start doing is compact my schedule, make it shorter, so more people could book in a less amount of time. Before I was 65 though, I was doing $50 haircuts and I was working 6 days a week from like 11 a.m. to like 7 p.m. So I had so many hours booked in, I was doing over 50 people a week. Then I was like, okay, if I'm doing over 50 people a week, that's 200 a month, and that's low-key a great amount. So anytime you're doing about 200 people a month to 50 a week or more, that's how you know you for sure have to go up. A lot of people do more than that, a lot of people do 80, 70, and they don't go up, but because of that fear. You gotta understand though, if you're actually doing more than 50 people a week, bro, you're actually above average. You're getting booked out. If you're taking an hour on a haircut, that's 50 hours a week. If you're doing 30 minutes cuts, that's 25 hours a week. And I was doing those 50 haircuts in 25 hours. So I was making hella bread. But that's why the efficiency comes in as well. Because a regular barber, he's gonna do 50 haircuts, it takes him 50 hours of the whole week. Bro, that's like a whole blue collar schedule right there. Me, I was making that bread in 25 hours, simple, okay? But I went up in price because I had the demand. I was marketing myself correctly. So I went up in price. Then I went up to 65. And when I was at 65, it got slower. Not dramatically, but definitely some people left, because that was the first time that I went up in price with a good jump. Usually I was doing like $5 from 25 to 30, 35 to 40. At 40, I did my $10 jump to 50, and at 50, I did a $15 jump to 65. So people definitely left, you know what I'm saying? People are gonna be cheap, but that's what going up in prices. You're not gonna keep every single client. You have to leave some people in the dust. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody could come with you to the top. So that's what going up in prices as well. In order to grow out of that shell, you need to let go of the old shell. You need to let go of the old clients, the people that don't want to pay you. All good, because that marketing is going to bring in the new people that are actually willing to give you your actual price, what you're worth. So 65, long story short, short story shorter, I had to compact my schedule a lot because I lost clients. So I was like, all right, what am I in the shop for? What am I in the shop for so long? A lot of y'all do that too. You're charging 30, 40, 50, and your schedules are long as fuck from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's 12 hours. Like, bro, why are you working 12 hours? If you have a haircut at 9, 10, then you have a gap till 2, 3, and after 2, 3, you have a haircut at 6 and 4. Like, you gotta compact them. So when I was 65, I started doing Monday, and I took off one more day. So Sunday was my only day off when I was at 50. When I went to 65, I took off another day, which was Wednesday. And this works perfectly because Wednesday is the middle of the week. Sunday is the end of the week. So they can't book in the middle, they can't book at the end. So that means they have to book either after Wednesday, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and they can't book on Sunday, so they have to book on Monday, Tuesday. So it was a great cycle. So Monday, Tuesday was busy, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, super busy, right? Because that's the weekend now. So that was great. And I'm telling y'all right now, y'all take my advice on that. Take off Wednesdays and Sundays is the middle of the week and at the end of the week. They cannot book those days, so they have to book on the other days. I'm telling you, it works perfectly. It literally works perfectly. There's gaps in between. So not only did I take that day off Wednesday, because also Wednesday is the middle of the week, it's slower, trust me. I could literally tell you right now, and you know this shit too. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are probably the slowest days of the week. And you have another slower day, then you're kind of slacking. You know what I'm saying? The Friday, Saturday, Sundays, they shouldn't be slow for you. I took Sunday off because, you know what I'm saying, you gotta actually relax. One day of the week, you gotta relax. In the Bible, it says Sundays are God's days, you gotta relax. Obviously in the trenches, when I was in the trenches, cutting hair every day, 7 days a week, every day doesn't matter. Sunday was super busy. But you know, you gotta start treating shit like an actual business, right? You give them more supply, you're gonna have less demand. You have your schedule open so long, you're gonna have less bookings. Or you're gonna have so many bookings that you're not booked. You know what I'm saying? So compact it. So then I went to 12 to 6 p.m. When I was at 65, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 12 to 6. Every day. It didn't matter if it was a Friday or a Monday, 12 to 6, 12 to 6, 12 to 6, 12 to 6. So that means I have 6 hours. And it's still good because in those 6 hours, I could do 2 people in an hour. That's 12 cuts every single day I could do. So 12 times 4, that is 48, right? I was able to do 48 people in the weekdays. On Saturday, I would do 10 to 3, which is another 5 hours. In those 5 hours, I could do 10. So I had basically a potential of doing about 58 people in a week. And it got to a point where I was just doing 50. But on anything after 50, like you're dead ass ready to go to the next price. And this is what I like to say too. You know, I might not even need this whiteboard. I don't even know why I got this whiteboard here. But look, if you're charging $30, in order for you to know that you're going to the next price, anything under 50 or 50 or under, if you want to know how to go to the next price, this is how I like to like make it easy, but logical at the same time. Let's say you're charging 30. If you're like, when do I go to 40? You need to be doing more than 30 cuts a week consistently. If you're at 40, when do I go to 50? You need to be doing more than 40 cuts a week consistently. When you're at 50, when do I go to 65? You need to be doing more than 50 cuts a week consistently. You get that? So whatever you're charging, you need to be doing that every single week plus more. And obviously the more booked you are, the more actually ready you are to go up in price. Once you're at 65, 80, 100, it's not like you're at 65, you need to do 65 cuts a week. No. Now it gets to a point where like, I'm telling you right now, 50 cuts a week is how you know you're ready to go up in price. That's all you need, 50 cuts a week. And I'm telling you from like, that's really all you need. That's kind of like your ceiling right there. Obviously you could do more. You shouldn't be working overtime. You shouldn't be doing more than 200 cuts a week and you're staying in the same spot. Because one time I was talking to actually one of my mentors and I was gonna go from 65 to 80 and I did this shit quick. I went up to 65 in the beginning of the year. A little bit before summer, which is like 4 months later, I was booked out. I didn't even think I was gonna get booked out. I was gonna be at 65 for a year, but sometimes that fear comes in. But if you market correctly, you'll go up in price. And honestly, 4 months is looking a long time. You could be going up in price every 3 months if you dial in. So it took me 4 months to get booked out at 65, do more than 50 cuts a week. And I was scared to go to 80 because I was like, what do people think? Like, what if my clients don't wanna come to me no more? You know, I'm gonna be that expensive barber, people are gonna look at me different. Fuck that. Fuck your emotions, fuck what you think, fuck what other people think. You don't go up in price because you feel like it, because you want to, because you want to be the nice guy. You don't stay at the same spot because you want to be a nice guy. If the numbers are telling you to go up, you go up. That's literally what my mentor told me. He said, I don't give a fuck what you're saying. Pull up the tracking sheet, let me see what your numbers. Go up in price. After this car right now, post it on your story, you're going up to 80 August. Did it. I did it, you know? Sometimes you gotta just man the fuck up, grab your nuts, and make it fucking happen. All right, oh, I don't feel like it yet, bro. All right, Brody, you don't feel like winning? You're gonna keep holding your success back? You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all can't go up in price either because you don't market. You can't complain and make excuses if you don't put in the work. Your content, the work you put in is just a byproduct of who you are, of your business. So if your business is not there, if you're not where you wanna be, it's because your work is not there. Always remember that, all right? So, tracking is very important. You know your potential, you know if you get it, right? And just to keep in the back of your head, let's say you're at 30, you know what you gotta do. Do more than 30 cuts a week. Do more than 40 if you're at 40. Once you're at 80, yeah, you can't be doing more than 80 cuts a week. After the 50 price mark, you know you're ready to go to the next price when you do more than 50 cuts a week. And trust me, tell any other big barber out there, he'll tell you. If anything, he'll tell you to go up in price before 200 cuts a week. 200 cuts a month. But that's how you know you're for sure ready. So think about it like that. And like I said, the only way to really build that demand is by posting, marketing yourself. In order for you to get clients, you need to fix problems. You need to actually get people into your chair because of what you do, how you treat clients. That's why how you treat client videos are really good. Consultation videos are good. Problem and solution. You talk about a problem, if you could fix it, that's what people want to look at. They don't just go to a barber that's good at haircuts. They go to a barber that can understand, that gives them confidence, gives them that good experience, actually makes a client feel good. That's what people go to a barber for. So do that. I promise you, you will fill up your chair. All right, also remember, we have in-person marketing where you go out, wherever you're at, in the gym, at the store, at Walmart, you gotta know how to talk. Yo, bro, I like your shoes. Yeah, but where'd you get them? Nice, nice. Oh shit. Bro, by chance, who cuts you up? Yeah, you haven't got a haircut in a minute. You know what, bro? Let me get you right. Oh, what, you're a barber? Yeah, bro, you know what? I'll get you for free on the first cut. Come through. You're gonna see how good I get you. And you're gonna wanna stay with me. Bam. Have that energy. Be confident. He's gonna come get a free haircut, right? You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. So don't think, oh, I'm not getting no money. Out of that client, you're making content. You make a consultation with a brand new client, you're giving a haircut for free, all right? Then with that content that you made for free, or you didn't get paid for the haircut, now you have content to get clients. You know what I'm saying? So don't think, oh, I gotta get paid for every haircut, especially if you don't have no fucking clients. You know, you don't have the privilege to be choosing of this and that, or no, I don't feel like making content. You need to lock the fuck in and make some content. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing, it's just what it is, right? If you wanna get rich, remember, it's not on your feelings. You gotta leave the fucking feelings at home. Lock the fuck in. These numbers are not gonna care if you're crying. These numbers are not gonna care if you're lazy. Numbers are gonna go up, but they're gonna go down. It's all on you. So yeah, back to when I was at $65 a cut, my schedule was now short. So people would be able to book. So let's say I only had 6 haircuts that day. Well, that's basically half my schedule booked out, all right? And it would just help me compact. When you compact more things, less supply, this is gonna create more demand. So that's how also I was able to cut less, make more though, because I had a shorter schedule and I was charging more and I was being fast with the haircuts as well. Then when I went up to 80, I even shrinked it up even more. Shorter. That's how I went from 6 days, cutting 6 days a week, to cutting 5, to then cutting 3 to 4. Now that I'm at 100, I'm only cutting Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and I'm only cutting like 4 hours a day. Thursday, 4 hours. My schedule is open from like 2 to 5. Not like, yeah, 2 to, even less, only 3 hours. But think about it, in those 3 hours, I get booked up at $600. And 6 times 600, 600 times 600, 600, that what is that, 1,800? So I'm still able to make more than 7K a month just by cutting 3 days out of the week. And that's like 15 hours max a week. Still able to make a lot when I'm only cutting 3 days, cutting, bro, under 15 hours a week, just because I'm fast with it and I was able to get my price up there. Now, my point is not even to get clients no more. I'm not trying to go to 150. I'm at a point where I'm trying to make money beyond this, you know what I'm saying? It gets to the point too, where you grind so hard, you grind so much behind the chair that nowadays I feel trapped behind the chair. Like I literally feel trapped. A lot of y'all is like, y'all don't want to be trapped. I'm at the point where I feel trapped if I'm just cutting hair. Even if it's $100 a haircut in 30 minutes, I know I could be doing more. I know I could make a lot more money. And that's why building beyond the chair, which is the next phase after this one, super important. It's super important. You know what I mean? Because y'all one day are gonna be cutting for so long that you're actually gonna like start getting tired of cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I would quit cutting hair, but I do like it. It's my thing, you know what I'm saying? I started with this. I can't just quit on barbering, especially because I gotta give you all the game, you know, that's how I make the content and stuff. But sooner or later, I'm 100% retire from cutting. I'm not gonna cut. But it gets to that point where you gotta build beyond the chair like that. You know what I mean? But first, before you do it, you gotta scale from wherever you're at right now to double up your price and double up the amount you could be making. No, actually triple up. When you work on speed and you work on going up in price, you really triple up your bread. Because let's say you're doing a haircut for 40 bucks and you're taking an hour. So now you're making 40 an hour right there, right? Let's say you speed up your price. No, let's say you speed up your haircut and you're able to bring it down to 30 minutes and you're able to do 2 of those people at $40 in 1 hour. Now you're making 80 an hour. But let's say as you're working on the content and you're working on speed, you're able to go up in price to $50. So now 2 people in 1 hour at 50 because you worked on speed and price. Now you're at 50, 2 people in 1 hour. Now you're making 100 an hour when you were just making 40 in an hour. So that's like 2.5 times more than what you're making. You're making 40, now you're making 100 an hour, working on speed and content, getting clients. That's the real money maker right there. So focus on promoting yourself. That's how you're gonna go up in price. You need to build demand and you need to track your numbers. If you don't track your numbers, so you're never gonna know. Like I talk to so many barbers. Yo, how much you making a month? I don't even know, bro. I think last month, I don't even know. I gotta check my bookings. Brother, you're slacking. You think these businesses out here, Nike, Walmart, these big businesses with a lot of money, you think they're not tracking? They'll go broke if they're not tracking. They don't know how much coming in, coming out. Make sure you track good. That's the number one way that you go up in price. Then you build that demand. Then you check your numbers. You make sure everything's smooth. You know, the tracking sheet I provide too, it gives you the potential of where you actually should be at. If you reach 80% or higher than that potential, you're ready to go up in price. So that's where it's all like, you also gotta have that good tracking, know what's up. And even if you don't track, no, honestly, I'm not gonna say that, you gotta track. But once you know you're actually booked up every single day, let's say you don't track, like let's say you don't track, you should track, but let's say you don't, and you still wanna go up in price, you could, but you have to make sure, like, if you're not tracking, at least be sure that, bro, you have no breaks. Your whole schedule is full. To the point where you're like, fuck, bro, I don't even have time for myself. That's how you know when to go up in price as well. You gotta be so booked out the ass, you don't have time for yourself. Every single day you have to go to the shop and cut hair and you barely have time. That's how you know as well. Because then you literally like, and at the same time either, it's not about, oh, I gotta add more to the service, I wanna go up in price. Oh, I gotta do more, I have to have a fresher cut. No, you don't. You don't go up in price because your haircut got better. Your haircut could stay the same. Your demand is what grew. You know what I'm saying? A Nike, a LV shirt is not gonna go up in price because it's better quality. It still might be the same fucking quality, but it's gonna go up in price because of demand. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now. So don't think about, oh, if I'm gonna go up to 65, I gotta give him a hot towel. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I don't wanna go up so high. Brother, I was there too. I was thinking because I was going up to 65, oh, now instead of just shaving their neck with a clipper and trimmer, I'm gonna hot towel it, put some shaving gel, use my shaving razor, add all this extra shit, bro, fuck no. The same haircut I was doing at 50, I'm doing at 100 now. Not because I got better, because the demand grew and it got me to that point. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about being the best, it's about being the best known. Because the best known is gonna get people in your chair, get you more money, build a demand, and that's how you go up in price. So lock the fuck in, understand how numbers work, understand how business grow, why you go up in price, and then we build beyond the chair. Phase 4, baby, let's go. In this phase, we're gonna be talking about how to build beyond the chair. I'm talking about making income streams that don't require you to hold the clipper in your hand, don't require you to sit the people down in your chair, do the haircut, you know what I mean? Because at one point, it literally starts getting tiring. And it's not that it's just tiring, it's like, you know you're made for more. It's like, as you know, a snake is gonna grow out of its skin. A crab is gonna grow out of its shell. So you gotta find ways to make money through the business that you created, through the personal brand that you made, but in the most systemized and most professional way possible. So, as you know, we got the hair product brand. You know, we got the coaching program to teach people how to make money. We have services, we have some type of value, some type of product that are gonna give people what they need, whether it's knowledge, whether it's products, whether it's a service, and that is what's gonna make you money. You gotta think about, like, how can you bring value to someone? Because it's not just about selling them something, it's about selling them something that will help them make more money, right? Because selling them something like, let's say a product, or let's say some clothes, you're selling them something, right? But if you sell something to someone to make more money or to understand something, it's gonna be way better. That's why when the real people that really make bread in this industry are the people that have some type of value for other valuable people, right? And I'm gonna show you not just the way to make money off some product, off some e-commerce stuff, but as well make money off people that need more value. Like for example, we got people, let me put this into perspective. So you're always gonna make more money with people that are making money, right? Because we have consumers, and then we have the consumers that consume to produce. So you gotta think about it like that. It's all about mindset as well. You gotta think about it like most of this stuff, money, content, you are the producer, but you also have to think like a consumer. And a lot of people just consume and they don't produce. A lot of people are just scrolling on their phone all day, consuming different videos, consuming different stuff. But it's like, bro, you gotta now produce. You gotta be the one that makes videos that other people could consume. But you also gotta think about it in both perspectives, because you're gonna be a producer right now, right? Make content, sell things, right? Give value to people. But you also wanna think about it as a consumer. So if you think about it as a consumer, you're gonna be like, all right, let me put myself into a consumer's shoes. If I watch this video that I made, will I want to buy off this person? If I see this product, the way it smells, the way it looks, the way it works, will I want to buy it? You gotta think about everything like that. So if I'm selling a service, all right, I'm the seller, but I also want to think about it as the buyer to see if I would actually want to buy something, and like that, other people will want to buy as well. So it's all mindset, you know, think about that shit like that. The point is to just make money without really working, you know what I mean? Make money with something that you built, and go on top of just cutting hair and selling your time for money, right? We don't want to be doing that forever. So as you see right here, we have literally a 6-figure hair product brand. You know, this brand right here helps me make more than 5 figures every single month, just off, number one, the personal brand that I've made, the name that I put behind it, the value, and obviously all the effort that I got to that point. You know, I'm able to ship out packages, I'm able to sell bulk orders to people and make bread like that. That is one of the ways that you can make money beyond the chair. And this isn't something that you do at phase 1 or phase 2 or phase 3. You honestly have to have the funds for this, because it takes more than just 6K a month. You know, like I always tell people, focus on what you need to focus on. Everybody wants to make their product brand. Everybody wants to start coaching, start teaching people how to do it. But it's like, how are you gonna do that if you're not at the level where you should be at to do that? Making products, making a brand like this, it costs money to make money, right? So you gotta spend a lot. Like all these products, I probably have like more than $100,000 worth of products in this whole warehouse. So obviously you need money to make money, but you need to focus on what's most important first, which is building your personal brand, building your barbering business to the level that needs to be at, making more than 10K a month. And that's why this is one of the last phases. It is the phase you need to do once you're done with all the other phases. So before we move on to the step, think about it, like you're not gonna be able to sell a brand if you have no brand. I have a brand because I made myself a brand. People know JV. I started making Heem, I started with the powder, and now we have everything. So have a brand before you make a brand, because then it's gonna be hard. Anybody could make content, anybody can make a brand, but not anybody could do it right. So that's why it's about, you know, following the right steps to get you to that point. And once you do that, it's gonna be way easier to sell, and that's what we want. You know, you don't wanna be struggling, you don't wanna be, oh, your marketing to be off ads or something, you know, because literally I've sold all my brand, I've sold everything off organic. So organic means I didn't have to do no ads, I didn't have to do no paid stuff to get my clients, to get my sales. It's organic, and then once we do move on to ads, it's a whole different thing, because you're reaching a whole different demographic of people that are gonna help you make more sales, you know what I'm saying? On top of that too, the main thing is literally building a name for yourself, because like I said, that's how people are gonna buy from you. So we have products, we have merch, we have clothes, we have a program, things like that is things that will make you help money without cutting hair. And in order to do that, you obviously have to have the experience first. On top of that, you could also have things like opening your own shop. Like I said, the products makes me another 10K a month. The shop could make you, depends how many chairs you got in the station, right? Me personally, it's 1,000 a chair every single month. I have 4 chairs in here, plus mine. Obviously, I don't pay nothing for mine, but like that, you're able to pay for the place itself, and you're able to make some profit, make some extra bread. All that counts, right? So think about when it's time, because in order to be doing that, you obviously want to be making more than 10K a month, because it takes a lot of money. It cost me like 50,000, yeah, like 50,000 to put all this spot how it is, put everything in here, and now little by little, I'm gonna start making the profit. I mean, the spot already pays for itself alone with the chairs that I have. And then think about it too, it's like, I didn't want to just make a barbershop to have barbers in here. I wanted to make something better, where I could keep my product, where I could make content, you know, where I could have literally everything I need, everything under one roof. And that's why it's not a full barbershop. But I'm even gonna be making a barbershop real soon where it's gonna be like 10, 12 barbers in there. And that alone, think about it, that's like 12 to 15K a month I could be making with the rent and stuff. Let's say it's like 5K. So I'm making an extra 10K off that alone, 10K off the products, 10K off YouTube. That's why the content is important too, because you don't just make money off of your shop or off your products. Like this month, I'm making 10K a month alone off just monetization. TikTok, YouTube, because of the videos that you're making, the content that you're making, the brand that you made yourself, and obviously the type of viral content that's gonna get those views and engagement to get you paid. So super important, you know, you wanna have, in order to get paid, you wanna meet the requirements on YouTube, which is having more than 1,000 followers, subscribers, and reaching over 100,000 views in total in a span of, I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but 100 days, if not in a whole year. But it's easy, honestly. Like if you lock in, it's easy to do that. On TikTok, you have to have more than 10K followers, and your videos have to be longer than a minute in order to get paid. One video alone, maybe like 5K. So it's just about you delegating your work, understanding what works, and at the same time, you know, hire people, you know, get editors, get cameramans, get people that are gonna make your job easier, you know, people to ship out your products, people to manage your shit, and like that. It's just all about delegating, because one man can make 100,000, right? But to make $1 million, you might need a team of like 10 people. You know, drop your ego sometimes, don't be so selfish. Understand when you need to build a team that's gonna help you make more money. Maybe they'll take a cut of the money, but the money will be made faster and easier without you doing so much work. So now my whole life literally consists of, you know, I'm not even a full-time barber. I do charge 100 a cut though. So all it takes me is 25 people a week, 100 a month to make 10K a month off this. Then we have the products making money. I literally just use this to make content now, but that content is making me money. That content is getting me sales. That content is helping me build a personal brand bigger and bigger, so I can sell to the people, to the right people that either want to learn from me, that want to get products from me, that want to get a haircut off me, that want to, you know, be in my shop later. So all that is all part, honestly, like in order for you to build beyond the chair, you got to build a personal brand. And I will always keep yapping about this. I will always keep saying this over and over, because that's literally the most important part. If I didn't start this shit from a little, recording my lifestyle, recording who I turned into, I wouldn't have the personal brand that I have now. And it really is all about energy too. It's like the energy that you bring to the table, your vibration, your frequency. Because if you're a lame ass person that doesn't have good character and it's just boring on camera and can't speak right, and if you don't have the discipline and the consistency and that hard work in you, is gonna be hard, right? Like that's once again, it all comes down to mindset. Because all this shit is not hard work. It is hard work, but it's easy hard work. It's not like you have to wake up and mow the lawn or go to work and hang some fucking drywall onto the wall. It's shit that is easy, you know what I mean? We're in 2026, like this shit is not hard. It might drain you a bit, use your energy, but that's when you have to have the dog in you and be disciplined. Because a lot of y'all right now are at a point where you're not doing any of this, you know what I mean? You're not waking up, recording yourself. And at first, it might be a job, but you have to do it enough to the point where you kind of fall in love with what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like at first I recorded just to record. You know, I started falling in love with it, and then now years later, 8 years later, this shit isn't always all lollipops. This shit is all lollipops and rainbows. You know, some days I don't feel like doing this shit. I don't feel like waking up and doing a video, but that's when it becomes discipline, right? So you start off regular, then you fall in love with it, then you might fall out of love with it, but then that's when it just becomes the grind. It just becomes normal. This shit shouldn't be about the way I feel, because always leave your feelings at home. You know what I'm saying? Those feelings aren't gonna get you fucking bread. You gotta think logically, and that's what's gonna get you the bread. So at the end of the day, if you really wanna turn this shit up, build an empire off of what you got, it starts off with the foundation, and that is building your personal brand, recording yourself, right? After that, you start getting more value into yourself. People start seeing you, because you're not just gonna become a high ticket barber by just being the best barber, right? What do you bring to the table? So yeah, you just don't become that high ticket barber out of nowhere. All right, people didn't just come to me because I'm the best barber, because I know I'm not. It's not about, at the end of the day, it's not about being the best, it's about being the best known. So you gotta turn yourself into that person that people don't just wanna come with you because of the haircut, but because of the experience you bring to the table, the value you bring, you know, the person you are. That's why I have so many people coming from different states. Yo, JV, I see you on YouTube. Yo, I see your Instagram, bro, I'm a big fan. I came all the way over here. Yeah, it's not just to pay you $100, but to talk to you, you know what I'm saying, get that fresh cut from you. So all that matters, because when you have that brand, when you have that value to yourself, bro, everything just becomes way better. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not just buying a hair product, they're not just buying a haircut, they're not just buying some type of knowledge, they're buying a whole experience, and they're able to talk to the guy that they could relate to. You know what I'm saying? That's why having that trust, having that charismatic, and you having those good vibes, that frequency is gonna help you a long way and help you build beyond the chair and make a lot more money than just the regular barber. Okay, so like main thing is just showing the people who you are, right? Why are you better than everybody else? How are you bringing something more to the table than everybody else? And on top of that, you make that big brand. You know, you start off with the hair product brand. And in order to do that, you know, you got to find a lot of different distributors, a lot of different manufacturers that are going to help you do that. One way that I started is just by white labeling. So what I do is get products that have no label, or they would have a label, I take that off and I put my own label on it. You know, that's how I started. But to save you a lot of time, the main way you want to do it is find manufacturers, all right? Whether it's in labs in the US, whether it's labs around the world, or even going on Alibaba and just finding manufacturers on there. So main 3 fundamentals that you need in order to build your hair product. Number 1, the name. All right, don't do your name behind your barbering name. If your name is JB Blends, don't make it JB Blends Products. If your name is Frosty Blends, don't make it Frosty Products. Think about something outside of the box. As you know, we got Heem. Heem is fucking generational. It's like, what is Heem? It's unique. You wanna make something that is really nothing. Think about Nike, think about Adidas. Nike ain't really a fucking word if it ain't about the clothing. Adidas ain't really a word if it weren't for Adidas. You know what I'm saying? So you wanna think about it like that. Like, what is something that I could create? For example, for one of my students, we made a product brand named Zyro. So it's like, what's Zyro? It's basically like zero, but with a Y. It's like, what's Zyro? I don't know, you give your own meaning to it. We got another one, Glow products. Think about it also as like, what can it fit? Glow merch, glow.com, Glow clothing, Glow hair products. You really just want to think outside the box, and whenever you come up with something like that, the game changes. You know, think about like based hair products. Like, it's a whole different level to it. So you want to come up with something that can really just be fucking generational, a great name that nobody could copy, a name that people have questions behind it. Yo, what does it mean? Yo, what does Heem mean? Heem means you're Heem, you're beautiful, you're clean, you're fresh, you're fly. Like, Heem is just a great positive word. That's literally what it means. So that's number 1. Create a fire ass name. Number 2, then you want to talk about what color you want your products to be, the labeling, the ingredients, what do you want behind it. So basically you create how the product you want it to look. You start making images, right? You got the name. Now you can use ChatGPT to do some different colors, you know, put your name to existence, make some logos. Once you got all that, then you start looking into manufacturers, because you got everything in the back end. Once you start looking into the manufacturers, then you can get those samples in, then you can tell the manufacturer, you know, put the specific logo on it, or you get an editor that can label your stuff, make logos for you, and that's what I help out everybody in the team with. And then, you know, you start making your website out of it. Then you actually understand what you want, you order that bulk, and you start selling, right? But then there's ways to promote it. Social media, YouTube, you know, making a wait list, making an SMS list. And that's what I'm talking about, how I was talking about meta ads, right? But it's always great to start organic first, and then go crazy with the meta ads. At the end of the day, everything is all about promotion. Now, if you can market yourself better, if you can pay to market yourself better, do what you gotta do. But building that brand will literally, you would thank yourself if you build that brand first, because it's gonna be way easier to sell a lot of things. And you know, people are not just gonna know you for a hair product, but because of who you are as well. And like that, you're gonna be able to make a lot of bread off the products, and then you'll be able to make a lot more money off little things like that and build beyond the chair. Because think about it, if you can make 10K a month as a barber, you drop the barbering, right? And you start focusing on a hair product brand or something like clothing brand or something, and that start making you 10K a month. Now, you're able to make bread, the same amount of money, but without doing so much work, and then that time you're able to use it to do a lot more things on top of it, right? So my main life now consists of, you know, I'm basically retired of cutting hair. You know, I maybe do like 15 cuts a week, and I'm still able to make bread because number 1, my speed. I do 30-minute haircuts. I charge 100. So when I'm cutting hair, I'm 200 an hour, right? When I'm not, I'm doing these YouTube videos. I'm making videos like this to help out people. I'm coaching. I'm using my time after all the knowledge that I've built to pass on to other people and teach them how to do the exact same thing to make more money. Now let's talk real business. Let's talk real money. Because at the end of the day, y'all know this. Maybe you don't. But barbering is just the vehicle to your next destination. I'm sure y'all don't want to be stuck cutting hair your whole life. You know, and I'm sorry to break it to you right now, but you're not gonna get rich cutting hair. There's definitely a ceiling to it. You know, max you could probably make 200, 250,000 a year cutting hair, which is very good. It's great, honestly. You could live a good life like that. But if you want to expand, delegate, make a lot more money, you know, actually touch 7 figures and not just be that 6-figure barber, but become the 7-figure barber, there's more ways to make money without the consistency of you cutting behind the chair and staying locked up and actually trading your time for money. So we need to figure it out. You know, because me, I for sure did not want to be cutting hair the rest of my life. And I'm always thinking about other ways that I could be making more money without cutting hair, but that have to do with that. Remember, barbering is going to take you from the Honda to the BMW, from the BMW to a Aventador, to the Aventador to, you know, a chauffeur in the Rolls Royce. But it's literally just the vehicle to your next destination, so you gotta think about it. All right, you've been cutting hair for a minute now. All right, let's say you're now making 10K a month. Let's say you're now making 10K a month, you know, even above 7K a month. Let's put it at 8.3K a month, because anything above 8.3K a month is considered basically 100,000 a year. So now you're a 6-figure barber. Now let's think about how we could turn those 6 figures and those 8.3K plus months into more money that you could be making by what you're already doing. Number 1, we're gonna do content, but not just any content. This content is gonna be monetized. So that means you're gonna be making money with the content you're doing. The month of April alone, I made $10,000 off content. It was like 6K off TikTok, another like 6K off YouTube. Why? Because of the power of social media. And the best social media platforms to make money gotta be TikTok and YouTube. Instagram, I've never really made a penny. Instagram is good to convert. With the content you convert into clients, that's how you make money. But if we're talking about monetization off content alone, TikTok and YouTube, by far the best platforms to actually make money. Like I said, more than 10K a month of just content alone. So let's say you're a 10K a month barber. With that content, you're now a 20K a month barber. All right, so that's why it's super important to, number 1, build a personal brand so people actually know you, right? Because the YouTube is long form videos, even short form. You know, I've made thousands of just short form videos. I made thousands of short form videos on TikTok. But as well, to have that consistent, stable money coming in, you want to be locked in with that long form type of videos on YouTube. I do at least 1 video. I try to do 2 videos every single week, long form YouTube video. That's going to help you build personal brand, and it's gonna get you paid. In order to get paid on TikTok, you need to have more than 10,000 followers, and the video has to be longer than a minute. In order to get paid on YouTube, you have to have more than 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have more than 100,000 views in the span of 100 days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it is. At least that's when I started. That's what I had to do. Once you break that, you're able to start making money. Now you've reached the limit where you could get monetized. So content and monetization is one of the best ways right away. You do it while you're cutting hair. You know, you make content about you cutting hair and you make bread like that. All right, that's the first way to make money. But of course, we need more. We don't just want one source of income. You know me, I make money off cutting hair. I make money off content. I make money off products. I make money off teaching other people how to make more money. I make money off barbershops. So number 2, now we're gonna go step by step. We're gonna make sure to go numerical ABC, where everything matches. I'm not gonna tell you the last one and then the first one. This is the first one. Honestly, the easiest one all of y'all could be doing right now. Second, after you work on cutting hair, building personal brand, and doing that content, we have affiliate marketing and sponsorships. I don't even know how to spell affiliate. Let's just do that. Affiliate programs / sponsorships. Now this is actually a great one because there's brands out there, barber brands, you use them every day. These people are actually trying to find barbers that are good at marketing their products, and they're trying to pay you. And especially when it's closer to the end of the year, these brands are just trying to find ways to get more on their tax write-ups and more on their tax returns. So what you have to do is hit these people up. Especially if you have a personal brand, hit these people up. Yo, hey, I would promote your brand every single day. We're gonna do this many videos every single day, and you pay me this much. Obviously, you start high, you give them a high offer. If they lower it down, cool. but now you're making bread off that. Not only that, you're gonna be getting sent free clippers, free tools, free things from their brand that you're gonna be able to use. You're not gonna need to spend money on that. And you know, we've all honestly thought about this. We all have dreamed about it. Me personally, when I first started cutting hair, I dreamed about those brands sending me things, being sponsored by these brands. Now I have too many clippers just because of this. Once again, we started with the content. If it wasn't for the content, me building my personal brand, making money off that, getting as popping as I am now, brands wouldn't be hitting me up at all. So you obviously had to bring value to the table for them to give you value. So once you lock that in, you're gonna get money off affiliate. Just like this, you can make an extra 5 to 10K, even more a month. Me personally, I'd be offering these brands 10K or more because that's the value that I bring to the table. But even if you just get 5K, my first one was just 2K, then it went to 5, then to 10. So just like that is how you can be making more bread. You get the sponsorships, make more bread on top of that. And what I would do on top of that to make more money off the free things that they're giving me and already getting paid from them. Sometimes they send me so many clippers. I don't really do this now no more, but they sent me so many clippers that I could just resell them. So on top of this, you could resell, make extra bread at that. Gamma, they send me some Instincts. I sell those for 200. All right, another brand sends me some TPOBs or whatever it is. I can sell those, right? Because those obviously have some price to them. And sometimes they're hella expensive. So you can make bread off free things. All right, so you're gonna get paid off of brands for promoting their products, which is affiliate marketing. And a lot of these brands actually have this. You just gotta reach out. But before you reach out, remember, what value do you bring to the table? It's like cold outreach. Before you cold outreach to a client so you can come get a haircut with you, you obviously gotta have good content. Because if you reach out to someone, they check your content, they see that you're ass barber, your content's ass, nobody's gonna wanna work with you. Same with the thing right here. Make sure that your content is on point and you bring that value to the table so these brands can actually pay you for what you do and the way you market. And then the sponsorships give you clippers, free stuff, make money off that. All right, that's number 2. And I'm telling you, these right here, you can make 10K plus a month off this. You can make 10K plus a month off this. Now, on to the third thing. We're gonna go ahead and go with in-person classes. Another way that I made a lot of bread from in the past. Before I started my coaching program, online mentorship, this is what I would do. Because so many people, yo, JV, how do you cut hair? Yo, bro, you think you could teach me how to cut hair? Damn, how do you do it so fast? I have regular clients that would come in and wanna learn. And it's super simple because all you would do, you can set up a combination, set up something where they could buy. And obviously it's better in person, especially if you don't have the biggest personal brand yet. So it's in person classes. All right, for this is what I used to do. It started off just charging like $100 for a class. And then I started getting a lot of people. So I was like, all right, now we gotta go up in price. So $100, and that means someone comes to my barbershop, they bring a client and I teach them everything. And it'd take me like an hour or 2. So that's when I understood, okay, I cannot be charging that much because if I can make 100 an hour off cutting hair, why am I gonna be spending 2 hours and just getting 100? So then I was like, all right, this is not just a haircut. Even though they're gonna get a haircut, this is more. You're teaching them something, you're bringing value. So it should be at least worth double. So then my classes would now be $250 for just one haircut. Someone comes to my barbershop, this is how I would do it. I'd tell them to bring a client, so I don't have to worry about a client. They know someone that they could cut their hair and is totally fine with it, obviously, because it's a first timer doing a haircut. You know, you wanna be okay with the client. They bring the client, they bring themselves, A game. I would let them use my clippers if they don't have clippers yet, or I'd tell them, bring in your clippers, and I would guide them through the whole haircut. That process would take like an hour. Then I would also guide them through recording, how you could post it, what you should be doing. So I would always time it around 2 hours. So for $250 for 2 hours of my time, and then I would do combos, like if you want 2 classes, because obviously you're not gonna learn in just one. You get 2 classes, we'll bring it down to 400. You get 3 classes, we'll do like 500. You know, little combos like that. You could charge more, you could charge less. Obviously you start from the bottom, go up higher. But now if someone tells me to give them an in-person class, I'll probably charge them just 500 for just one haircut for me to teach them. And that's honestly the minimum, because I'm gonna be teaching everything. So just like that, in-person classes, I've definitely made a lot of racks off this because so many people want to learn from me in person before I had the online mentorship. Friends, you know, family, cousins, clients, randoms, literally randoms would hit me up, yo, how much so you could show me. And at first I would just be like, you know, watch some tutorials. But then I was like, how can I turn it into money? Bam, just like that. But before you get to here, in-person classes, Remember, you need to bring that value to the table. Show who you are. People want to learn from someone that is known, all right? Especially someone that could get paid from other brands. Then you become that person that could teach in person, all right? Just like that. Right here, honestly, you get a couple clients each month, you could easily make more than 5K a month. Honestly, as far as you want to take it, right? But this is great. This is great right here. And honestly, if you get good enough and people actually know that you're good enough, this could be at the front, right? But honestly, content, honestly, always first. So I would say, if anything, this would be second. But I think just like this is great. Number 4 now. I'm gonna give y'all 5 pieces of advice. But number 4, after you got that content unlocked, after you're making bread off that, after you're making bread off this, after you actually got the name to teach someone, right? You have more authority. We go with number 4, which is becoming an owner, all right? Building a shop, building a studio, having chairs, having barbers cut hair for you or under you, and they pay you. So we're gonna put right here, barber shop owner. All right, you're a barbershop owner now. Me specifically right here in the Heem HQ, we have 4 chairs that are being rented out, plus mine, that's 5. Obviously, this one is not bringing me money. Well, it is, because the content, the affiliate marketing, and me doing the haircut. But we have 1 chair here, 1 chair here, 1 chair upstairs, 1 chair upstairs. That is 4 chairs, and I charge $1,000 a month. Just like that, I'm making an extra 4K a month because I have chairs being rented out. And this is just in a personal studio. At first, I didn't even think about, yo, let me rent these chairs out. But then I was like, you know what? I don't even need much of this space. Let me do it. Plus, it's gonna be better for the content. We build a nice community economy right here. So this is the minimum, you know what I'm saying? But you get a shop with 10 chairs, $1,000 a month, that's 10K a month. You put 15 chairs in there, that's 15K a month. Let's say in a shop, you're gonna need to pay like 4 to 5K rent with AC, lighting, and all the extra shit. You're making 15K a month. Mine is a 5, that's 10K a month, right? Right here, I pay like 2 to 3K a month. So I'm still leaving profit with only having 4 chairs. But like that, I'm still making bread. It could pay off the barbershop. It could pay off any extra bills. It could pay off my car. You know what I mean? Just because of that extra bread. And this is actually really good because now you know you're turning into a real CEO. You're becoming a business owner for real. And that is a great way to make another 10K a month off what you built, you cutting hair. And honestly, you don't even have to be a barber to do this. But obviously it's better when you have the experience, when you could actually fund it, because this shit is not cheap. It takes money to make money. This whole shop cost me like 50K to make. And I'm not saying it will take you that to make a shop. Obviously, I wanted to make this one fancy and stuff. But if you put some nice floor, get the chairs and stuff, you could probably do it for like 30K. But, you know, 3 months, you get your barbers filled up in there, you're able to pay it all off. So, barber shop, easy way to make bread. And I'm telling you, we're going in a pattern because you can't just do this right away. I mean, you could, but I would definitely say you go through these things, you could fund, you get the experience, you get the knowledge, you become credible, authority, you bring value. Right here is gonna be easy to get people to pay you your price in your barbershop. Now 5, this one is honestly the best one and the one that could definitely bring in the most money. But there was phases that we had to go through before we get there. And honestly, there's a lot more ways than just these 5 ways I'm gonna teach you. But these right here are probably the best ones. And like I said, you wanna go step by step. If we do the 0, then it's barbering, but we all know that. We're trying to find ways to make more money besides barbering. So once you got the knowledge, the personal brand, you know how to actually get clients, get money, how to build barbershops, how to get affiliates, how to get sponsorships, how to just make more bread as a barber and just still be that banging barber that makes hella bread. Now you have all that knowledge, all that experience in your hands. You have so many value. What do you do with that? You can now sell your value. So that is gonna be number 5. You're gonna become a coach. All right, and this is not for everybody. Remember, there's levels to get to this shit. First of all, you wanna make sure that you're good with the business. You actually know what you're doing and that you could actually teach other people. So, coach, all that knowledge, all that value, all that experience that you have, that's helped you make all that money, now you sell it to other businesses. All right, that is the best way to make money. It's not about here's a winning product, here you go. No, the real way you actually make money is when you can help another business make money. That's what people want. That's why marketing is so good, because marketing gets you money. So someone that knows how to do ads, someone that knows how to market another business, they're gonna get paid the most because they're getting more money into a business. They're not just, here's a clipper, cut more hair. No, it's more like here's clients, cut more hair. That's obviously where the money is at. So right here as a coach, you teach people how to make money, and that is at the point we are at now. And honestly, I actually forgot one of the great ones. We could honestly put that as 4.5, and that is building a hair product brand. Once again, not everybody could do this. Well, anybody could make a product brand, but not anybody could sell it. Anybody could make a business, anybody could make any of this shit, but not anybody could sell it, all right? This would honestly be 6. Take it as 6, we'll just put 4.5 right here in between, and we'll do products. Forgot to say that one because, you know, we're making over 10K a month off products alone, and we're gonna hit 100K a month off products real soon. But products is a great way. Once again though, build a personal brand, because without no personal brand, how are you gonna sell the brand, right? We have people that actually like me for who I am. They watch my videos, I nurture them, I show them how the product works, I market it correctly, I make sales. Another way to make an extra 10K a month off that. Once you do that, you show it all. People wanna learn how to make products. People don't know. People are dumb, you gotta teach them things. All right, people don't know how to make money off content. You gotta teach them. People don't know how to get affiliate sponsorships. You gotta teach them. People don't know how to teach in person or set those programs up. You gotta teach them. People don't know how to open up a barbershop or what it takes. You can show them, all right? Don't know how to make the products? Boom, right here. You become the mastermind and you show people how to do it. Now this right here, this is a whole different game, right? Because with barbering, you cap out, like I said, max 250K a year, which would be, let's say, what is it, like 20K a month? You could definitely make 20K a month off cutting hair alone, but that you're honestly like fucking breaking your back. You're putting in all that work. With the coaching though, once you got out of that experience, think about it. I've been cutting hair for more than 8 years. I've been doing this shit for more than 8 years. I didn't just one day I cut hair for 2 years. Now I want to teach people and sell the mentorship. That's not how it works. It took time, took a lot of knowledge, even me investing into programs to teach me all these things, me joining mentorship before I become a mentor. Now I'm able to coach. And this coaching shit, it's not just 10K a month, it's not just 20, it's not even just 30. You can make as much as really you're capable of. You could even make 100K a month off coaching people alone. But at the end of the day, it really is just you building a brand so powerful that you can, right? However big your brand is, that's really how much you can make. If you have a small brand, you're gonna make small money. If you have a big brand, you're gonna make big money. You know what I'm saying? Think about McDonald's, they have the hugest brand, they sell to everybody. They make billions. Nike, Adidas, all these big brands make crazy money. So that's why it's really important to grow your brand, your personal brand, so people can actually like you. Obviously, you have to know how to market, give value, be educational, be inspirational, be creational, be entertaining, because without all that, you're not gonna be able to sell anything. And just like that, you know what I'm saying? 6 ways to make money besides cutting hair. All right, content monetization, easy. 10K plus. Affiliate, another 10K plus, really just how bad you want it. In-person classes, we'll go more for like 5K a month. Very, very doable. This is super doable. Barbershop owner, another 10K a month if you lock in. Products, another 10K a month. Coaching, let's just say right in the middle. Let's just say, honestly, I was gonna say 50K to make it easier for y'all and, you know, give y'all some less limiting beliefs and, you know, help y'all cope a little bit better. We'll do 30K a month, okay? That's 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, that's 40 plus 5, that's 45 plus 30, that's 75. And then let's say you make another 10K off cutting, that's 85K a month if you lock in on everything, right? Let's say with all the extra shit, you know, you maybe find other ways. Let's just say we round it up to near 100, that's 100K a month. But realistically, I'm keeping it 100 with y'all right now. I made 10K a month off this. I made 10K a month off this. I made 5K a month off this. I made another 10K. Well, I don't have a full barbershop. Like I said, I only make like around 4 or 5K a month off my shop, but I only have 4 chairs. Imagine if I had double that. That would be double. And look, this right here is some fucking game. Like dead ass, because a lot of y'all are not thinking about this shit. Like right now, as we speak, 2026, June 2026, I'm thinking of more ways to make more bread. And I got some more. There's obviously a lot more. Think about it, you got AI now. You could do hella shit to make bread with AI. Find ways to, like I said, in order for you, if you wanna make real money, you need to make other businesses real money. You need to help out other people, create systems, create things to make them more money. That's how you make real money. But I'm telling you, these type of things is the things you gotta start thinking about if you actually wanna escape the chair and stop trading your time for money, make more in a less amount of time, and start using that vehicle of barbering to your next destination. You know what I'm saying? Because we're about to make 100K a month. If I could do it, why can't you? It's just a matter of time and a matter of work, and you get exactly to the point where you're able to make more money besides cutting hair. So I want y'all to think about it. I want y'all to start these things one by one. Start with the content. A lot of you are already slacking on content. You don't know how to do it. That's why I'm here to teach you. All right, after that, affiliate marketing, in-person classes, barbershop, products, coach. And in the way that I did it, I started off with content. After content, I started working with brands. Actually, I was doing these two. I could honestly put this one in front of this one, but it was kind of right at the same time. Before the barbershop, I did products, then I did the barbershop, then I did coaching. But coaching, I was already working right here in the middle. But that is because I built that personal brand. I got to a level where I could. So this is a good list. Honestly, you could scribble it all around, but just know the fundamentals is right here. Number one, content. You're not gonna get nowhere without content. Because if no one knows who you are, no one knows who you are. At the end of the day, you don't have to be the best. You have to be the best known. All right, I might not be the best barber. I might not be the best at any of this shit, but I'm definitely the best known. And if I'm not, then I'm gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta become also a marketing king. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to market your shit. And once you know how to do that and get leads, it's game over. You know what I'm saying? So let's turn up, let's make this bread. Lock in if you haven't already. I don't want you to just be barbers, all right? And that's what I teach, for you to grow out the chair and make more money for who you are. Let's go. Look, this is the last and final phase. And this is actually the last one because we gotta save the best for last. It really could have been the first one just because mindset is what you need to do something. Mindset is what you need to grow. If you don't have that mindset, I'm telling you, like if the mind ain't right, the business ain't right. And this is facts. And one thing about me, the reason I've got to the point where I'm this far, sitting like a jackass right here with a coat and shit, is because of my mind. I always had that dog mindset. I had the mindset, first of all, number one, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck mindset. Then I had a mindset where anything I fucking say, anything I want, I'm gonna do it. All right, and you could talk to anybody, you could talk to my closest people, my friends, my family, my day ones. Everything that I said I was gonna do. Own a barbershop, get rich, be the best barber, make a fuck ton of money, do whatever the fuck I want. You tell anybody, my people, they're gonna be like, shh, that's the fucking guy. He never let us down, because I don't. It all starts with mindset. You always gotta believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, we forgot to wear the rollie too. But mindset starts with being that person, already thinking like that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got my rollie on right now. The rollie could be part of the mindset, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're upping the status. And one thing that I really like too is nowadays, you know, we're in the 2026. A lot of people talk about LARPing. If you don't know, it's basically like fake flexing. But before you become it, you need to live it. You need to practice it. Whatever you do, you need to practice before you become that person, right? Before I had the M3 that I cashed out on, I rented it to see if I like it, to see if I'm ready for it. Got it, right? Because I practiced before I did it. Before I got rich, I was already thinking like I was rich. I was already thinking like a millionaire, feeling like a millionaire, acting like a millionaire. Because you got to practice what you preach. You got to practice it in order to get there. It's not fake flexing. It's just practicing, doing what you have to do before you get there. And honestly, if you don't do that, I don't care how humble you are or whatever it is, like, you need to practice, and that's how you get there. You're not gonna be the best soccer player if you don't practice the sport, right? One day you could be ass and they're like, you're not a soccer player. You practice, you become the best at it. You're not rich. You practice being rich, you're gonna be rich. And people will talk shit about you because, oh, you're LARPing, you're fake flexing. Next thing you know, he's real flexing. You know what I mean? And think about it. Before you go to sleep, you need to close your eyes and think you're already going to sleep. You need to close your eyes and actually act like you're already asleep. That's how you go to sleep. So before you're rich, you need to already act like you're rich. You know what I'm saying? And it really, like, mindset is huge. I'm telling you, since let me tell you when I actually started becoming money hungry. COVID hit, I was a freshman. I was already money hungry since a kid. I grew up in a family of hustlers. I used to go sell with my mom, swap meet every single weekend. We didn't grow up with money. As a matter of fact, we grew up broke. All right, my dad always been a hustler. Hardworking Mexican, working construction. You know what I'm saying? Real blue collar shit. Wake up 4 a.m., come back at home 4 p.m., go to sleep, wake up, do the same shit next day. My mom, stay at home mom, but she would fucking grind. I'd have to go to a swap meet with her Saturday and Sunday, sell, learn how to sell, learn how to make fucking money. Not the way where you go to McDonald's and you make 17 an hour, not the way where someone tells you, yo, take a break here and no. Like actually selling shit and making money. So when I found out like, damn, this is the way to do shit, 6th grade I started selling fidget spinners. You know, 7th grade I started selling chips. At the end of 7th grade, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna start cutting hair. And then shit just went crazy after that. But COVID hit freshman year. This is when you couldn't go outside, you couldn't really do much. I was at home all fucking day, every night. And this was already, I was already a barber. But this is when I really got fucking money hungry. Because this is when I really found out, okay, I wanna get fucking rich. 14, 15, I was around 14, 15. And all I was doing all day, I was already a barber, so I had one income stream. But you know you really want this shit when you know just one thing is not enough. All right, barbering is smooth. How the fuck can I make more money? And to this day, I think like that. Literally the other day, late at night, on my lonely, boom, brain it just hit. It's not even because I planned it. It's just the mindset is so strong. It's already thinking by itself. My mind is already telling me. And the thing is too, is like a mindset of hating to be comfortable. Do not get comfortable with being comfortable. My mind is used to, yo, you're not doing enough right now. Like the fucking, I feel guilty if I don't do enough. I feel lazy as shit. You know what I'm saying? It's literally 2 a.m. right now, filming this video. Another person, literally earlier, I was like, oh, I'm getting tired, I'm hungry. I'm not gonna film this stuff no more. I'll just do it tomorrow. That's the difference. That's that weak ass mindset trying to overcome me. And then that strong ass mindset comes in. If you don't do this shit now, brother, you're not gonna do it at all. You don't do that shit right now, tomorrow, you're gonna get lazy again. You're gonna push another day, push another day, push another day. 1 month go by, you never posted that fucking video. You never got that money. You never improved. You never got the abs you wanted. It all starts with mindset. A lot of people have that weak mindset, oh, I'll do it one day. It's not the right time. Weak ass fucking mindset. And you see how right now I'm just talking straight out my ass. I'm being real. I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. Because that good mindset where it gets you to where you want to be, it's not about being soft and, oh, no, don't be nice to people. Obviously be nice, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you need to have that cold heart. You need to fucking know what you want, lock the fuck in and get to it, right? So 14, 15, back to what I was saying, I was just locked the fuck in. I was trying to make bread. I was online. How can I get rich online? How Jeff Bezos started his business, how Elon Musk they're both the richest people, how they started their enterprise, how to do e-commerce. I started selling shit on e-commerce, started making websites. That alone, because I grinded and I started researching and I wasn't lazy to research and find other ways to make money. Think about it. Some people are so lazy and their mindset's so weak that they rather go work a 9 to 5 at McDonald's or some shit because they're so lazy to find their own job. And you know, if you put half of that time that you would put into somebody else's business like McDonald's or some other shit like that, you put half of that time into a side business, into a side hustle, into starting something on your own, I promise you'll be so much more successful. And you're just putting half of the work. You know what I mean? So it's all about that mindset. So I would watch all those videos about how to get rich, how to do this, how to do that. I started getting into e-commerce, how to build websites, how to do this and that. That when I went back to school junior year, I built a skill. The skill was e-commerce, how to build websites, how to find products. So it didn't do good for me when I learned about it, because I kind of like quit on it. I started going harder on barbering. But when it came time to actually doing something with it, now I have knowledge about it. So 2 years later, I come to it, boom, I build a product brand. I know how to make a website. So while every other kid was just fucking around in class, losing time in the media class where you have all those computers in class, everybody's fucking around, being stupid, ditching this and that, I was on the computer, taking advantage of it, building my website. Next thing you know, a month later, products launched, heembyjv.com. I didn't have to pay no one to make my website. I didn't have to do it because I learned a skill because I learned the skill because I wanted to make more money because I had that mindset. And this is not, I don't want you to think it's just a mindset of money hungry. No, it's not. Because this is not the mindset of money hungry. This is the mindset that if I want something, I'm gonna get it. This is a mindset where I'm not gonna be lazy. You gotta think about it like that, right? Because I guess it could be a money hungry, which is good. You should have that mindset, especially if you don't have nothing, if you're not where you wanna be, you must be fucking hungry for it. Because I'm telling you right now, I was starving. That's why I wanted it. But it's not just a mindset, oh, it's all for money. It's a mindset where if I want something, I'm gonna get it. What do I have to do? I have to put in the work. I have to stay up late at night. While everybody's sleeping, I'm working. When I don't feel like I have to do it. That mindset And it literally all, like I said, you gotta start playing that act. Because then we go to frequencies, vibrations. If you have high frequency, high vibrations, and I'm talking about, if you don't know what that means, I have super high frequencies. If you hang around me, let's say there's a sad motherfucker, quiet motherfucker, he's depressed. Usually when there's a rotten fruit next to another fruit, it's gonna rot the other fruit. If there's 3 dumb people, there's another one, they're gonna make that motherfucker dumb. Me, I'm gonna make those motherfuckers smart. You have that depressed guy next to me, instead of me becoming depressed, I'm gonna fucking make him happy. I'm gonna make him rich. That's the high frequency. You gotta have that level of frequency in you. Because whenever you hang around higher frequencies or you're around things with higher frequencies, higher vibrations, you only go up. And I didn't really believe in this shit as well, even in the beginning. It's more on like a, I wouldn't say spiritual level, but it's more on just some like deeper, locked in, woke up level where it's fucking true. Everything in this world, and this is facts, it's all frequencies. It's all vibrations. You hang around a negative frequency, you're gonna get negative. Sometimes I walk into places and I feel down, I feel lower because there's actually lower frequencies. Then I go into some other spot and I start feeling better. You know what I'm saying? Because it has higher frequencies. Like, this is all facts. You're around successful people, you're around better things, you're exposing yourself to better, your frequency is gonna get higher. You're around negativity, low shit, you know, things that are just bad, worldly, you're gonna get those low frequencies. Basically, you need to have the high frequency. You need to hang around things that are high frequency. Successful things have high frequencies. All right, literally a car, a nice car that you want, a nice car that actually like literally explains success could be high frequency. Me driving in my M3 every day, now that's high frequency. Me hanging around like-minded barbers, that's high frequency. Watching Netflix all night, low fucking frequency. Eating junk food, low frequency. Not hitting the gym, low frequency. You're killing yourself. And once you start thinking about it like that, it's all mindset. It's all mindset. Once you start thinking about shit like that, the way things run, the way you have to act, how things fall in place, is when shit starts to change. That's the thing about mindset. Like, that's literally the thing about mindset. And people like me because of who I am, and people hate. A little break. We are here at the boy Frosty's station. Frosty, say what's up to the tube.
How we doing?
Hey, 3-hour masterclass for the boys.
Hey, nobody does this for y'all but JV.
3 hours. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the Michael Jackson movie.
Okay.
It's gonna be like another Michael Jackson movie. Anyways, we left off at mindset. Last thing that I said was people like me because of who I am, and people don't like me because of who I am. So basically, same person. Just some people like you, some people don't. You kind of get on the same, Frosty?
Yeah, that's understandable.
You know what I'm saying? So we left off on the mindset when I was on the couch, you know, feeling like I don't even know who with the coat and shit. My bad about that. But now I was like, you know what? Before I keep yapping on this chair, on this couch in the Heem HQ, I was like, you know, it's better if I just pull up on Frosty and yap as I get a haircut. Don't you think that would be better, Frosty?
Yeah, that would be better.
And we're not at the Heem HQ because I want to switch it up. We are at Frosty's OG station. You know what I'm saying? This is where my boy Frosty.
This is where it all started.
Where it all started for my guy. And I mean, honestly, I want to take it back to the roots too, because a lot of y'all watching this are in a situation like this. You know what I'm saying? You're cutting in your garage, you're cutting in your backyard, you're cutting on a little shed in your backyard, whatever it is. It's a little bit more family type, more OG. You know what I'm saying? But look, anyways, Frosty.
Yeah.
People like me because of who I am.
Yeah.
And people hate me because of who I am. That's terrible.
That's great.
Now, to wrap it up here, this is the last phase of the video. And I mean, if you're here watching right now, bro, hey, shout out to you. Like, yeah, shout out to you. You made it this far. Obviously, it's 3-hour video. This shit could get boring. I don't blame you, but knowledge is power. And honestly, knowledge is not power until it is implemented. So when people say knowledge is power, it's cap. Applied knowledge is the real power, right? Because I can tell Frosty hella game right now, he don't do shit with it. But if I give him hella game right now, he applies it, that's when it becomes real power. But look, let me tell you about the mindset that took me from $0 to $100 a haircut. I honestly had a pretty similar mindset from whenever I started charging $5 to $100. Like, the same dog mindset was there. The only thing that changed is the positioning and the confidence, right? Energy was there. The confidence position is different. When I went up to 25 and 30, it's honestly you're still in those little boy numbers. You're not big, but right there, it's more about, you know, just having the energy, being able to get those people in. In order for you to actually go up in price, then you have to start focusing on positioning, because you position yourself as a better barber, right? You might be scared about going up in price, fearful, and this, but like that's when you have to be confident. That's why energy, confidence, and positioning is all super important. If you don't have the confidence, you're not going to be able to position yourself as that person, right? Or maybe you could, but you're not going to succeed at it because you're not actually confident in what you're doing and what you're, you know, yapping about.
Demand.
So yeah, and honestly, you got to build demand, because if you're not confident, you don't have the energy, and you're not positioning yourself, you're not going to build demand. And in order for you to go up in price, you need to have demand. You don't go up in price because you feel like it, because you want to. You go up in price because the people are asking for it. You know, the numbers are there. So that's huge. But anyways, going up to now past 50, we're like at 65, 80, $100 a haircut. That's when that real positioning comes in. All right, because I didn't just get there because of demand. I also got there because of the person that I became into. You know what I mean? The things I brought to the table. I didn't just give you a fresh haircut, but I gave you good experience, good value. And people are also able to come to me because I inspire them from my videos. It's not just regular clients that want a haircut from me because they have a specific problem or solution, but it's people that actually, I like the way I like who JV is. I want to come get a haircut with him. It's no longer about I like his haircuts, you know, because that's what usually people book for. But now they're booking because of who I am and the brand that I built. And that's huge, because when you have a brand, it doesn't matter how much you charge. You know, I have people that come to me with their family, and then the guys, like some youngsters, they're like Frosty sees it. We got kids coming from where? Alabama,
Everywhere.
Texas,
Everywhere.
literally everywhere. And then they're literally yapping to me in the chair like, bro. And then while his mom's like sitting on the couch like, bro, like my mom can't believe I'm paying $100 for a haircut. Like, she's actually pissed at me, bro. But like I begged her because I just wanted to come get a haircut with you, bro. Like I see all your videos, like I'm a big fan. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? The way you position yourself, the way you put yourself out there, the brand you build, people are gonna pay. It's huge. It's huge. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had to build a lot of energy, a lot of confidence, a lot of position myself different ways in order to get here. I mean, Frosty, do you think the way you position yourself as a barber now at $45 a haircut, 45 to 50, is the same way that you're positioning yourself when you were at $25?
No.
Why not?
No, but I'm currently still in the haircut position.
Yeah.
So right now, people that come to me, they come to me because I give them a good haircut. But like you said, once you reach those higher numbers, they don't come to you because of the haircut. They come to you because of who you are. You know, because
The experience, the brand, who you are. Yeah.
There's great barbers who aren't anybody that will give you a great haircut for $50.
Yep.
But now when it comes to 80, 75, it's about, you can also get a great haircut, but it's about who the person is. So right now I'm currently still in the stage of, I give people good haircuts and I charge 45, 55, you know, for design, stuff like that. So.
No, but also I remember when you were doing those $25 haircuts, like you weren't doing that content. Remember I told you to start consultations?
Yeah.
The consultations, would you say that those position yourself different and they actually brought in clients?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
100%.
When I was turning 25, I was still getting a decent amount of clients, but it was more because of a cheap haircut.
The cheap haircuts, you're
Cheap
affordable
haircut.
barber,
Yeah, exactly.
local barber. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also, I mean, think about it now. You're positioning yourself as the barber that cuts up rappers.
Yeah.
The barber that actually fixes problems with the consultation and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to become more of a, you know, known influencer type barber, content barber.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, it had to change. The way you position yourself had to change every time you go up. You know, people say, yo, money changes you. Some people might be like, no. Some people might be like, yes. Honestly, the more money you make, how are you not going to change? You know what I'm saying? You can't. I mean, obviously you're going to stay the same. But like, in some factors, you actually have to change. I can't. When I had $100, I acted some type of way. Now I have $1 million. How do you expect me not to act a different way? That doesn't mean I'm going to be a jackass or something, but I'm going to move different. I'm going to position myself different. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to think different. It's just how it goes. So, simple. Anyways, Frosty, is there anything else that you want to tell a young barber or a barber that just wants to grow? You know what I'm saying? Get himself more out there, get more money, get more clients, become popping, become a social media guy. Any words of wisdom for some guy like that?
Yeah, definitely. We do see a bunch of stuff on social media of all these guys, you know, being 18 and living in penthouses, you know, having all these luxury cars. But remember that you are in your own path. Everybody has their own path. You can get to places faster by having a mentor, by having someone who has already been through those steps to help you get there faster, you know?
Give you the guidance you need, guidance to help.
So,
no, that's facts, that's facts. A lot of people get discouraged and they compare themselves. Yo, this guy's my same age, he's already doing better. Brother, we all have our same path, but the thing is that we literally all have the same potential. We all have 24 hours in a day. This guy might have just worked harder than you, or maybe not harder. He worked smarter as well. You know what I'm saying? While you're over here breaking your back, you don't know what you're doing. You know, you keep getting lost. You don't have the guidance. And this guy probably invested a lot into system, tools, knowledge, mentors that helped him get there faster. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge. Yeah, so don't get discouraged about people doing better than you, because everybody got their own time. But like I said, just because of that, don't think, oh, okay, that means I have time. No, you don't. Get the fuck to work, brother. All right, remember, everybody has the same potential. It's about how you use it. And the mindset is where it starts. And if you don't lock in, you're cooked, buddy. So make sure to lock in and turn up and make sure you have a strong mindset.
Of course.
So boys, yeah, like I said, you know, a lot of people, they like me because of the way I act, the way I talk, the way I am. And I totally understand. And then a lot of people don't like me because the way I talk, the way I am, the way I move. And I totally understand as well. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna feed everybody what they want. It's just how it goes. But at the end of the day, it's all about mindset. Mindset is gonna take you to those places. Mindset is gonna give you that discipline over motivation. Mindset is really gonna open the doors for you because it's the way you think. You know, the way you think, the way you are, the way you move is what moves you a lot. I already talked about vibrations and frequencies. You know what I mean? You hang around people that want to do better, that's higher vibrations, frequencies. You hang around bums, it's gonna be low vibrations. You know what I'm saying? A rotten fruit next to a regular fruit, you know, the regular fruit is gonna end up rotting. And at the same time, if your mindset is strong, it doesn't matter if you're around rotten people. That doesn't mean you will become rotten. You know what I'm saying? Because it really is who you are as a person. Like I said, if your mindset is strong, it doesn't matter. But at some point, it does. Like, you literally hang around bums, even though it might not affect you and you don't become the bum, you can't grow. You know what I mean? You really can't grow, because in order to grow, you want to be hanging around people that are doing the same thing as you. If not, they're doing it better, right? And if you keep hanging around those people that are like not doing anything, you have your boys where they're your day ones, but they just work regular 9 to 5s. They have no ambition. They have no business. They have nothing going towards them. They're lazy, or they just hang out with their girl. They just do all this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Frosty, do you have friends like that?
I do. But I have to know when to interact with them and when not to, you know?
And that's facts. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes like, yo, bro, let's go smoke, let's go eat, let's go chill. Fuck is you talking about, bro? Go make some fucking money. You haven't even touched 10 bands. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So the circle you hang around is honestly super huge. And I want to talk to y'all about 3 pillars today. All right? This is huge on mindset. We got energy, number 1. We have confidence, number 2. And we have positioning, number 3. If you focus on energy, your confidence, and the way you position yourself, everything is up. And even though these have their own components, they all have to do with mindset, because the energy, it comes from the way you think, right? The mindset. The confidence, it's the way you think about yourself, the way your mind works. Nice mindset. And then positioning. The energy, the confidence, everything, the way you position yourself is as well mindset. So energy is super important because it's the way you act. If you have charisma, if you can make a quiet motherfucker laugh, you know what I'm saying? If you can make a depressed person be happy. The energy you bring to the table is huge. Look at my boy Frosty. He's a funny guy, you know, he's a class clown. And honestly, he got good energy. A lot of people, they're bums, they're depressed, they're sad. It's like, bro, that energy is only gonna give you lower energy. So it's super big. And my energy, doesn't matter what, people watch my videos because of my energy. People like to literally stay long on my videos. They subscribe to my channel. People literally comment on my videos like, yo, bro, JV, your energy from your video just made my day. Like, bro, I watch your videos because of your energy, and that's facts. If you have no energy, how are you gonna expect to entertain people? This is what I tell to a lot of my students as well. It's like, brother, get started on the YouTube. At the end of the day, if your life is not cool, if you're not doing anything cool in your life, bro, you are the one that makes the video lit. You know, your life could be boring, but you could be the interesting one. You could be the one that's lit, because it's all about energy. My video, I didn't start with the best setup. I didn't start with the best camera. I didn't start with the best life or the best, you know what I'm saying, the best moves. But my energy is what carried everything, and that brought everything to the table. So energy is huge. Frosty, what do you think about energy?
I think it relates to everything, bro. Like everything you do based on energy, you know? Positive energy, negative energy. You know, if you do things in a positive way, it's gonna come out good, you know?
Exactly, that's facts. Would you say you're more of a energetic guy, or lower energy, sad, glad, mad? Or you could be a little bit of all?
Definitely high energy, but it's not always the best, because things happen, and you know, we have to...
and obviously you could be bipolar and stuff. My boy Frosty is he's a happy guy, but he could be a little mad or sad immediately, depending on what happens.
Yeah.
But look at him, he's a happy guy. He's lit, you know what I'm saying? And he does remind me a lot of my young self because he's a hustler. He does a lot of things. You know, he resells, he cuts hair, he tries to find ways to make more money. And you gotta have that mindset as well, that money chasing mindset. And my mindset used to be a lot crazier when I was like 14, 15, because all I worried about was getting money, getting money, getting money. Now it's cooled down a bit. I still have that dog in me, but there's always gonna be that phase in your life where you're like, yo, you know, you want it more. I'm not saying I don't want it as much, but it's just like, I've worked my way up here. And I also learned like, the more that you want the money, the harder it is to get. And the more that you focus on the business and you perfecting your skill, that's when the money comes in. Don't be so worried about money, money, money. Yo, I want some money, how do I get money? Because the money's gonna be harder to get. Instead, focus on actually perfecting yourself, perfecting your skill, becoming the best version of yourself, and that's how the money will come. You know, stop looking for the money, instead look on how you could become better for the money, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we make money, money don't make me. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge. Energy, big. If you don't have good energy, what is you doing? You're not gonna be able to talk to people right. Hey, tell them that one time that I walked into the barbershops with my crazy ass energy.
Yeah.
And these barbers, they were like low-key talking shit because I was feeling like I owned the place.
Yeah, they feel it. It's because like, it's all about your demeanor too. That's what it means, right?
Yeah, demeanor. Your demeanor,
So,
like the way you walk in, like you read the place.
How you act. Yeah. And that also goes with how people are gonna look at you and respect you, you know?
It's honestly huge because look, one time I was selling products in person to all these barbershops, and I walk into the barbershop down the street, and I walk in the motherfucker like I own it, you know, because I'm not gonna walk in there and just let people, no, I don't want no products. Yo, bro, what type of haircut product, what type of product do you use on your hair? Oh, we use these, well, look, brother, I got the Heem products right here. These are the best products, I'm telling you. I only see that you have a styling gel. You need to get some pomade. You need to get some aftershave. You need to get some anti-frizz for the curls. No, bro, I don't need it. What you mean you don't need it, bro? Do you care about your clients? Do you care about your service? I'm telling you, this right here will make you more money. You could either resell it, or you could get tips from your clients because you're using good product. Anyways, long story short, I get out of there. And then what does that guy tell you?
Basically, that guy knew me, and he walks in like, hey, your boy's the guy that came in here, like, oh, like, he was trying to sell us the products and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah.
Like he said I came in hot, and honestly I did came in hot.
Yeah.
Even though he might have been like, yo, who's this guy feeling like? That energy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about grown ass men, full grown men, tatted up. You know what I'm saying? They've been cutting hair for over 20 years. I walk in that bitch, youngster, walk them down like a dog. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that dog energy. Anyways, moving on from energy. We have confidence. This goes a lot with what I just said right now. Confidence, because I'm confident is why I'm able to have energy, why I'm able to talk people down like that, why I'm able to just, you know, run the way I run my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident. It doesn't matter if I don't have the best fit. It doesn't matter if I don't have the best life, and if I don't have the money. You know, there could be a rich motherfucker, he's not confident. I'm broke, but I'm confident. You know what I'm saying? So confidence is huge. What do you think about confidence, Ross?
Confidence is also everything. It has to do with energy. If your confidence is high, your energy is high.
Look, you used to play sports. You used to be basketball and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that confidence has like a big factor in like the way you play and stuff?
For sure.
The way you carry yourself?
For sure. If your confidence is high, you're probably gonna make all your shots. If your confidence is low, you're gonna be, oh no, I'm scared to shoot. Let me pass it.
Oh, I don't believe in myself. Oh. No. If your confidence is high, you're gonna get that girl. If your confidence is high, you're gonna build that business.
Yeah.
If your confidence is high, you're gonna get whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, basically.
Straight up. You can't be going into something negative and not believing yourself and expect the best.
I've been doing something recently that is based off confidence.
What is it?
I be showing up to these concerts and just popping up like I own the place too. And I'm like, yeah, I'm this barber and I'm here to cut this guy's hair. And they let me walk in there like I own it.
This guy Frosty has been pulling up, not just to like, you know, like not just concerts to listen to music. No, like this guy pulls up to concerts backstage to cut up these artists that are performing. And yeah, you walk in with confidence, like, yo, I own the place, good energy, you greet them good.
Yeah. You let them know what you're gonna do, not can I or may I, you know, it's like,
yo, bro, can I cut your hair? Hey, bro, let me cut your hair real quick. You know, I got you. I'm gonna get you for free right now. Look, my name's Frosty.
Yeah, you show them what you do. They might like it or not, and then
get the contacts and everything.
Get to it, yeah.
This guy has been getting hella contacts. It's like nobody's telling this kid to go to these backstages. Nobody's telling this kid to reach out to managers. He's doing it on himself because he has a vision. He has the energy, he's confident that he can do it, and he doesn't. And that goes on to pillar number 3, which is positioning. The way you position yourself as a barber, the way you position yourself as a human being. Position yourself as a premium barber, as an entrepreneur. If you wanna get premium clients, you need to position yourself as a premium barber. If you want to get rich clients, you need to position yourself as a rich barber. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get good looking girls, you better position yourself as a good looking guy. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever key factors that it is to get whatever you want. It's positioning. So energy, confidence, and positioning will take you far. Like I said, it all has to do with mindset. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is pretty much it. We wrapped up everything. In phase 1, we talked about content, exactly what content works, why it's really important, what exactly to do, and how it's actually gonna get you to the point where you wanna be with your business. Content, everything, it's all the marketing, you know what I'm saying? If you're not known, it don't matter. Best known is always gonna be best. In phase 2, we broke down exactly how to cut hair like a fucking G. All right, not just be the best barber, but also be efficient. So you're able to make more money in less amount of time. And like that, you don't gotta be in the shop for hours to make bread. Come on now. In phase 3, we talked about exactly when it's time to raise your prices, what are the signals, and how to track everything so you know exactly what's coming in, what's coming out, so you can know when it's actually the perfect time to raise prices. We all know women lie, men lie, but numbers don't. All right, so do not be fearful, do not be doubtful. Listen to the numbers, jot down everything. You will know exactly when to raise your prices and become that next premium barber. Phase 4, we're getting into the sauce. How to build beyond the chair. I literally jotted everything down for y'all. All right, like honestly, most than what I should have. But I literally explained all the actual ways to make more money as a barber with what you built so you can actually make money outside of the chair. Through content, through expanding, through products, to be building a brand that's able to make money because the value that you built for it. If you need to, go watch it again. That's exactly how you don't stay a fucking regular barber. And phase 5, the most important one, honestly, like this is where it's at, mindset. If your mind's not right, the business ain't right, brother. So lock it on that mindset. If you need to watch this one too, go ahead. I'm telling you, because a lot of y'all need the mindset. Now, here's something I need to say. If you're still watching this right now, that means you're one of those few barbers who's actually serious. A barber who's done staying where he's been. A barber who's actually ready to make a fucking change. So I'm gonna talk differently to you from this point, all right? I'm gonna talk to you like the barber who's already made the decision to change his life. All right, we got 2 paths in front of you right now. We got path A, where you take everything I just gave you right now and you go run it on yourself. Or we got plan B, where you take all the sauce that I just gave you right now, you join the team, Heem University 2.0, and I personally walk you through every part of this journey to fast track your success by years. All right, the link is in the bio. You could go ahead and apply and start winning with the winning team. But at the end of the day, what do you value more? Time or money? Because me personally, it's always gonna be time. Because I could always make more money, but I can't bring back time. And time's clicking, brother, you're getting old. I don't got time to waste time, but I need money to make. So with you having the opportunity now to invest your money and become that version of yourself that you know you could be, why not do it? All right, plan A, you could go ahead and do it on your own, but at the end of the day, do you want to walk to your destination or do you want to fly to that shit like you're fucking Superman? Because me, I'm always flying. Time flies and I'm flying with it. And if you do it on your own, nobody's watching what you're doing when you're stuck. Nobody tells you when you're ready to raise your price. Instead, you're just gonna be playing the guessing game. Oh, I'm here now, I'm over here now, what do I do here? Oh shit, who should I tell for help? You know what I'm saying? All right, but you'll get there eventually. It might take some time, it might take years, 3 years. You can do it on your own, it's just gonna take some time. So let me paint a picture real quick like I'm fucking Picasso. All right, what does 90 days inside of the Heem University actually look like? So day 1, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk game. I'm gonna walk you through the 5 steps that I walk every other student through, which is jotting down their IG, fixing up everything on their Instagram, optimizing it to the next level, walking them through the editing folder. So all the videos that they have, YouTube videos, Reels, are gonna be edited by my personal editor. You're also gonna get your own tracking sheet so we could track everything. You're gonna get your own task tracker so you know exactly what you have to do in that first week, because we're gonna be hopping on calls every single week. All right, you're gonna have 24/7 access to me every day. You're gonna be able to call me, text me. We're gonna dial you in, and I'm gonna be walking you through the whole Heem University community so you know exactly what you need to do first, all right, what videos to watch, how to hop on the weekly group calls, everything. All right, we're dialing in, we're starting off strong day one. Now, by month one, your content's actually gonna start getting traction. You know, you post it every day, the right type of content, not just some weak ass content. You're not just posting a post, you actually know what to do. You know, the kind that is actually filling up your calendar with bookings from people that you've never met, from parts of your city that you thought you would never get bookings from. Month two, from the metrics that we got in the first month, we know exactly what to double down on. All right, we locked in first month, you know what's working, we know what's not, so we go even harder on that. You know, the signals are gonna start telling you need a raise, you're doing better. You know, that $40 becomes $55 haircut, then 70, then 95, 100, all right? The clients that you were scared to lose, some of them stayed, some of them left, but it doesn't matter because now you know how to actually bring in new clients, and not just any new client, but clients that are willing to pay you that higher price and respect your value, and you could just do it all over again. And now your chair only has the good ones. You know, we leave the brokies alone and we start dealing with those higher people. Because at the end of the day too, the way you position yourself is the way that people are gonna come to you. If you position yourself as a premium barber that actually knows how to fix problems and knows how to actually give value, you're gonna get the clients that are actually premium, the ones that have value and that give you the value. Now, day 60, we're gonna start killing shit, all right? We're gonna start hitting those 1K days. What you used to make in a week, you make in a day. What you used to make in a month, you make in a week. You take a few days out of your schedule without a worry in your head, brother. You don't gotta worry about, oh, I'm not cutting today, I'm not making money. Oh, I gotta pay this, but nah, brother, all right? You didn't have a money problem, you had an income problem, but we fixed that. Now you're actually getting more money in. Now you could stop working those 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Start working 3 or 4, make more money less amount of time. Day 90, we're booked out 2 weeks in advance. We're charging double what you're charging right now. All right, you're actually able to get booked out. You're working the 3 to 4 days instead of the 6 or 7. You're pulling in more in a week than you used to in a month. Your family stops wondering when's that big break because the big break already came. You know what I mean? We put in that work. We got there together. And now you're chilling, brother. Take out the fam to Cancun. Why not? Come on now. And that right there is just a little sum of what 90 days in the Heem Uni looks like. And you'll see more, you know, once you're in. There's a lot more to it. So whether you applied or not, whether you pick path A or path B, whether I see you next week, I see you next month, or I never see you, I want you to know this. I built this whole video just for you, just for that barber that actually needs the sauce. The barber that wants to start, the barber that wants to take it to the next level, the barber that wants to make that money, the barber that sees me and is like, yo, I want to live like that guy. All right, the barber stuck charging low prices, the one who knows he's capable of more, the one who needs the method, but don't got nobody to show it to him. So if I had this when I first started, I wouldn't have taken 8 years to get where I am. I would have done it in a third of the time, if not sooner. And trust me, brother, exactly how you feel right now, exactly the position you are, I've been there, if not worse. I started from the bottom. I've been that barber. I know the fear, I know the doubt. I know the moments where you're like, fuck, can I even do this? How do I do this? You know what I'm saying? The moments of how the fuck do I get out of this position? I've been there, brother. Been there, done that. And I got out of those. Now, getting out of it starts the second that you decide to put in that work to take action. With me or on your own, it doesn't matter to me which. You know what decision is best. If someone that did it helps you, how are you not gonna do it? Someone in the same shoes, someone from the same demographic, someone that had the same struggles helps you, there's no way you don't do it. But I'll tell you straight up right now, you can do this, and the best way is to invest into yourself, not cheap on yourself, save time because, brother, the time is clicking. And real shit, you got no more time to waste. The system works, and you just gotta run it. So if you wanna take that leap of faith and become the best barber in your city, eventually the best barber in the industry, go ahead, click the link in the bio, apply for the Heem University, and I'll reach out to you personally. So whether I see you inside or not, brother, get to work. Lock the fuck in. I'll see you on the other side.
I ain't gotta cut in 2 weeks. JV line me up. If I hear there's money in the play, you need to sign me up. I just brought the bitch back in. I think I'm Bane or what?